Hello, everyone! Hello, Gun Sage. Hello, Captain Crazy, Born Dwarf, and everyone. Welcome to the Forest of Memories, my Forest of Memories, for I am Zaruk Windcaller, the Guardian, the High Remembrancer, and the Arbiter. I hope I'm coming in okay, too. I've moved my microphone around a bit. But it is time once again for Symphony of War, the Nephilim Saga, Legends, which is the new tagline when you add the DLC, which I have. So yes, one of the first big games I played on this, big, but it got a lot of attention when I played it. But yes, I want to give support to DancingDragon games and replay through their game. I'm doing good, Mega Zero. Hope you're doing well too. But I'm not taking this game on alone. I'm going with friends. A number of my friends are with me, and we're going to be giving voices to the characters to make the experience a bit more, memorable, shall we say. So, hey Yoko, how you doing? So, sit back, relax, make yourselves at home, and allow me to introduce you to basically what happens when you, take Fire Emblem, add an army system to it, and, make a game that, despite being made in RPG Maker, has a really cool story and really cool characters. So, let's get right to it.
The actors are really good.
Hello.
Hello.
Hey, boss.
Yeah, so, introductions before we get started for everyone. Let me go. Hold on, let me close a few things. There we go. So, from my left, or at least how y'all see it anyway, we have Amina.
Hey.
Then we have Ferris.
Hello.
We have Josiah. And newcomer is Skyanide.
Hello.
So, most of us know about this game. Skyanide does not, so he's in for a treat.
I also don't, but I just figured this could be a hoot.
Oh, trust me, you're both in for a surprise.
Also, Laz will show up eventually. He's just doing a thing right now.
Laz will be here.
Yeah.
But aside from that, hey Rainbow, how you doing? Hope you're enjoying your break. But yes, with this, let's get right into the game, shall we? Waste no more time.
Seems legit.
That's a very epic
I've
background, isn't it?
I ceased from bullying people in flight simulators, so.
Okay, so there are some things there's one thing I do want to show real quick. Is one of the new options. It's you can actually change back to the classic portraits. So if people want to see what the characters used to look like, we can do that. But
We did it once last stream and it was very funny.
So let me give.
Yeah.
We'll show you. I'll show you guys real quick. First off, this is what the characters used to look like when the game first came out. They're not bad, but yeah. Now let me show you what they look like now. And this was after they dropped what they called the HD update, which I think is funny, but you'll see. Here are the characters now. They look a lot better, honestly.
Oh, yeah.
So,
Yeah.
we've done all the supports, it looks like. Oh, wait, have we? Nope, no. There's a conversation between the Avatar and the Avatar character and Diana. By the way, this is Diana. Diana is the leading paladin of the Church of Dinar. She's the fan favorite character. You'll see why in game.
I think I see why already.
Yeah, you kind of can see why.
Y'all should be able to see the game, right?
I can see it.
we can see
Okay.
Yep.
it. Okay.
Oh.
Whenever you're ready.
Sorry. Zaruk, you honor me with your presence.
I have so many questions for you, Diana.
Is your purpose unclear?
It's about the temple. What's the deal with the priestesses and the other temple devotees?
The Sisterhood of Mercy, or a separate holy order. The Sisterhood of Justice and the male paladins take their direction from me. I am the second in command to Grand Master Oxley.
Righto. What's this bond you have with Adelia?
She's tasked with caring for my son and providing support for me in addition to her duties to the Sisterhood of Mercy. It was Adelia who crafted me this ruby amulet to remind me of home. A small comfort, ever since I was sanctioned for war.
Wait, you were sanctioned?
All female potentials must bear at least one child before they are put in harm's way.
Hmm.
After Alex was born, I began my paladin training.
Makes sense, I guess. So who's Alex's father?
He was a devout man who sacrificed much and became one of the temple's most beloved. He and I have lost contact. I try not to let it become a part of my thoughts.
Oh, I'm sorry. Probably too personal.
It matters not. If the temple deems it so, it shall be. Alex has my whole heart, and now I have my duty as a mother to a future temple devotee.
So when do you two get to, enjoy life?
Consider it far more enjoyable for a paladin to live as a warrior, ready to destroy evil in any form it takes. By that point of view, my life is enjoyable beyond description.
Yes, she loves her job, and her job is literally crushing people with a hammer, so...
It's very cathartic.
And their thighs.
Fascinating. The way of life is sort of refreshing to see. At least there's some semblance of order in this crazy world.
Your open mind and open heart are refreshing to me. Please, do not hesitate to share company with me again.
Count on it. So,
Why isn't it?
let's see.
Whether or not we consider Diana an elemental is
I think he's
for
talking
another
about
place and time.
Ferris.
Oh, me?
Yeah, I think he's talking about you.
I'm not an elemental. I'm an augmented human.
Oh, I get it.
Um,
Not that kind of elemental, like a clan elemental.
Yeah. Let's see, so we've got some things
Which,
to
to be
use.
honest, Ferris, that's pretty close.
Yeah, so we've got some things to use on the tech tree, so I do want to unlock the artificer slots so we can get more artifacts. Let's see.
My effectiveness is based more on cybernetics, not genetics.
There we go, and we got one left, so let's go with...
Which, if you ask me, it's a little bit more on nothing. Oh yeah, no, you were talking about Diana.
Yeah. Oh, you were talking about her. Well, well, that's because they believe, anyway, I'm not going to spoil anything. They believe that she's a, they believe that she may be a Nephilim, that she's a chosen, demigod, so.
She's got anime protagonist powers.
Yeah, basically. So for those who want to see what the game screen kind of looks like, these are what your character's forces look like when you lead them. The idea is simple. It's like Fire Emblem in that your characters will have stats of their own, but they also have bodyguards, basically, who fight with them on the battlefield. And you can customize what kind of characters are in this bodyguard group, and you basically need to find a synergy not only with the characters, but also the troops that are at their command. Here's Diana, by the way, with her paladin entourage.
She's literally
very
the size
tall.
of a horse.
Yeah, she's very tall.
Giant woman.
Oh yeah, we have the.
I'm trying to bite my tongue and not make the joke.
What joke?
Yeah, no, I made the joke. Don't worry.
Let's see. You can also upgrade your troops as time goes on, but it does take resources to do that, so you got to be careful.
Yeah.
And if you want soldiers, you actually have to buy them as recruits. Now, you can find people who are higher in rank, but the problem is that they cost more money. And because because you're hiring them as mercenaries, this means they are not entirely loyal to you. The only way you can get, let me put it this way. The troopers who are like this with black names like this, they're basically fresh out of training and they are loyal to you from the start. But if you want to buy more experienced troops, they're mercenaries, which means they are not loyal to you. You have to earn their loyalty by basically having them fight battles. But this means that deploying them is more expensive because, well, they're in it for the money, not you. So,
Kind of like a Mountain Blade.
basically. That in mind, I do want to buy some militia members for one of our squads.
Yeah,
Manolin needs some more soldiers, so... Let's see.
Just add some more girls to the force.
There we go. Move her. There you go. Oh, I almost forgot. The, These are the Legends chapters. So these unlock after you've beaten certain levels or at certain points of the story. These first two, I've actually checked them out on my own time. These two are about General Antares. Captain Antares. Back before he became a traitor. So we find out more about him in these two. The problem is that these, like someone said last week, these should not be played right away. These are basically like Gaiden chapters from the old Fire Emblem games. So if you go into these right away, if you don't know what you're doing, you're gonna get your ass handed to you. So it's better to go back and fight them later. So, with that in mind, I'm gonna save real quick. There we go. We do, right, the arena. So for those who are watching, the arena is where you can go to train your soldiers, but it's a little bit different now. How it works is you have to offer up these tokens, and the higher level the token, the harder the training will be, but the more experience you'll get. So for now, I think we might do one of these real quick, just to get some early level experience in here. So you can see some of the people we're up against are not too bad, but it is going to require like some coordination, because some of these units are pretty tough looking. Like, that's a sword master, for Pete's sake. Let's see.
Speaking of Fire Emblem, like, who here was following Three Houses development whenever it was announced?
I was.
Confession,
Aside from me.
Confession, I've never actually played a Fire Emblem game, which is weird because they might sound like they'd be right up my alley.
They're pretty fun.
I like turn-based tactics games. I just don't ever have enough time to devote to the things.
Mm-hmm.
They're really fun.
Are you curious about which game to start with?
From my homeland.
Idly, I have I think Awakening is it, the 3DS one. A buddy of mine gave it to me because he wasn't a fan, and I know the original GBA one's on Switch Online now.
Yep, it is. I've been playing it in my spare time.
Might give that one a go. I've got a road trip coming up sooner or later.
Yeah, but the thing about that one is you need to know how to unlock the secret level so you can get the best ending.
Oh boy. One of those, huh?
Yeah.
As far as gateway games, I would start with Awakening just because, you know, not only did it quote-unquote save the series, but it's also the most, the easiest to access. Now,
yeah,
it's not like gameplay like too easy, but like it's accessible. That's why it quote-unquote saved the series.
Mm-hmm.
I'll have to give it a check out. Like I said, I've got it on 3DS, so I might give that a go.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, the reason why I brought it up is because Symphony does what I thought Three Houses was going to do as far as like unit placement goes and how they're used.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just gonna say how I wish they'd actually come with that angle. Instead of just relegating it to like adjacent armies in the background.
Well, you can't have everything you want, and with the way Fire Emblem is right now, considering Engage was mildly accepted, many people were, as you can imagine, disappointed. Like, even the people who like the game, like, there's Fire Emblem fans who like the game, but they all agree, yeah, it's good, but it's not as good as Three Houses. So
Engage is very much just a fan service game for the fans.
Yeah, it is. Which I really like, which is not a bad thing. But look, guys, there are more characters in Fire Emblem than just Marth and the others. Like, can we break away from them a little bit, please? Like,
I mean,
school is in session.
We gotta get another blue-haired protagonist, though.
I mean, I'll admit from what little I know of Ike, he seems like interesting. Like
Ike is interesting.
The dude single hands a giant fucking bastard sword. How can you argue with that?
Ike is underutilized. He should be put in more games.
Yeah. Ike is extremely underutilized, and for how cool his character is, because he has a like. If you want to know about Ike, you need to go play the Tellius games, which is Path of Radiance and Radiant Dawn, which are very hard to get access to now. So,
Those are the
Legally,
GameCube ones, right?
yes, Path of Radiance is GameCube, Radiant Dawn is for the Wii. So
I have my ways.
mhm.
I must.
I have my ways because Nintendo can screw off if they keep hiding their back catalog.
No, I agree. I'm just not gonna say it out loud.
Yeah.
But yeah, but like, if you want like physical copies, that stuff can like run into the 300s.
Yeah, because the game was very rarely distributed for the GameCube. It was one of the big hits, so it was very rarely distributed. That said, though, the Path of Radiance was it was basically Fire Emblem's jump into 3D. And while the gameplay itself has not aged very well, I'll be the first to admit it has not. What has aged well is the story. The story of Path of Radiance is really good. It's very well written. The characters are very interesting. The voice acting is god-awful, so prepare yourself.
It's very charming, though.
I mean, kinda.
Well, it's charming to me.
Yeah.
Now, Zelgius. There's a voice I can dig.
Yeah, now Zelgius, unfortunately for Zelgius is, the funny thing about Zelgius is that his voice actor... Alright, you know what, Amina, why don't you tell them what, because Zelgius' actor did Path of Radiance and Radiant Dawn, but then he also did something else you'd never expect. Tell him, Amina.
He was in Kirby!
Yeah, he's the narrator for Kirby's Epic Yarn.
That's such a juxtaposition.
Yeah.
Talk about range.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, but nowadays, Zelgius is, like, in modern Fire Emblem, Zelgius is voiced by Robert Clotworthy, a.k.a. Jiminy Raynor from StarCraft, which is a wonderful choice.
He does a great job.
Uh-huh.
Well, it's about damn time.
Yeah. Will you survive? Probably not, sir, but...
There can be only one.
Yeah.
You now are my
only
prey.
here
I'm
for
just
Asker.
like...
mm-hmm. Yeah.
Actually, I do play that, too.
So do I. Fire Emblem Heroes
The
is...
current arc...
Oh, go ahead.
No, you first, because like mine's like secondary after that.
I was gonna say Fire Emblem Heroes is like if you want to get into Fire Emblem and kind of see and learn about all these characters, Fire Emblem Heroes is not a bad place to start. And sure, at the end of the day, it's a gacha game. It is. But the reason it's so interesting is because the game goes out of their way to tell you where everyone's from. So if there's a character you really like, you can find the game they're from and try it yourself. So
It's also weirdly generous as far as like gacha orbs go.
mhm.
So it's pretty accessible.
Yep.
In fact, it's one of the few Nintendo games that are even still active on mobile.
Yep. Because Dragalia Lost shut down after its story completed, so...
And Super Mario Run kind of flopped, and now I think Mario Kart Tour is going away.
Yeah.
Oh.
Which is a shame because
More hope for Paper Mario,
Yeah.
please.
Well, I mean,
Which-
there's Thousand Year Door being remade.
Yep.
it's about damn time.
Yeah.
All the Paper fans should be happy about that. It's their one favorite game out of the entire series.
Okay, first
they
of all-
hate all the other ones.
Okay, first of all, check yourself. The original Paper Mario is good. It is.
There
Paper
we
Mario
go.
fans hate every
I-
other game
I-
that isn't Thousand Year Door. They hate it. They hate all of
Oh,
them
no.
except for Thousand Year Door.
You're trying to get a rise out of me now.
I will say this.
Repent before
Thousand
the
Year Door
righteous.
improved, basically took the formula that was really good in Paper Mario and improved it tenfold.
Oh,
However,
did you need something? Sergeant,
Madame Flurry is nothing compared to Buat.
You mean Lady Bo?
Lady Bo. Damn it. Internet, I hate you. You've made these characters too confusing now.
Your search history must be quite interesting.
Yeah.
No, I blame the internet. The internet needs to chill.
So here's the thing. The first Paper Mario game is a classic for the N64, but for the longest time it went unknown because it really again, the N64 had so much stuff on it that it kind of just slipped under the radar. It also
paladin
came
never
out at the end of the N64's life. Like Paper Mario came out way late in the N64's life. It was like one of the last games for it. But then Thousand Year Door took everyone by surprise and made everyone be like, wait, this game actually, I need to go try this game. So, Thousand Year Door was, here's the thing. Paper Mario is the original, and people love what it did, but they also know it's the first one. And for what it was really good. Thousand Year Door basically took everything that the original Paper Mario did and made it better. So when we heard there was going to be another one, we were thinking, oh, well, maybe it'll be even better. Super Paper Mario is...
It's fine.
Good. It's really good. The characters are all great. Count Bleck is amazing.
Yeah,
Dementio is awesome.
Yeah,
it's really, really good.
Yes. The thing is, though, it's a different game. That's the problem.
It's not Thousand Year Door, so they hate it.
It's less than, it's like, it's not an RPG, it's a platformer.
Yeah.
Which is fine, because it's a great fucking game.
Yes, it is.
But it was a platformer, something they didn't expect. This is something a lot of games fall on. I mean, hell. Who here remembers the outcry when Wind Waker was revealed?
Yeah, I remember. Boy, I remember.
Pepperidge Farm remembers.
Yeah, people wouldn't shut up about that. But the thing is
that... it turns out that Wind Waker was one of the best Zelda games in years.
So, what ended up happening, though, was that everyone expected Super Paper Mario to be an RPG. It wasn't. And that's mainly because we associated the Paper Mario name with RPG games, which, to be fair, that's not, you know... That's partially on the fans, but that's partially on Nintendo. They're basically attaching that style of play to the brand. But the problem is, when we finally heard, like, oh... They're like, oh, well, don't worry. The fourth one, the new one coming out on 3DS, that's going to be an RPG game. And then we got Sticker Star.
Then they f***ed it up.
I won't fight you there.
And then later they got, we got Color Splash.
Yep. Which was better, but not, but again, not...
Intelligent System can do better than that.
Yeah.
And then we got Origami King, which by all accounts, Origami King is actually pretty good. Origami King is charming as hell. It has some really good writing. If you don't believe me, go look, like, there's literally a scene, if you want to know how, how on point the writing is for that game, there's literally a toad hanging on to some gates, like these bars of this fence, trying to get past this gate. And the first words out of his mouth are, "Let me in! Let me in!" It's just like the meme.
I love how, Paper Mario was where Nintendo gets to basically go full tongue-in-cheek, which is always fun.
Meme culture is always wonderful.
Also, I'm glad you did this without Laz around.
Why?
Because you had Zaruk claim the base.
Oh yeah, he probably would have been upset. Yeah, he would have been upset about that. But the thing is, there was one other problem with Origami King. When it was coming out, it was basically almost the last straw for a lot of the fans who basically just straight up were asking, why are you not giving us the creative characters like you did with, and those unique characters like you did with Paper Mario and the Thousand Year Door? Why are we not getting these uniquely designed characters with these unique backstories that make them interesting? And
because they can't.
Yeah, no. That was their actual excuse. Their actual excuse was they didn't see the leader of Intelligent System straight up said he did not see a point in making interesting and unique characters and making stuff like that because in his view no one respected them. To which everyone was like, how high are you? Why do you think people keep yelling at you to go back to the way things were?
In full honesty, I'm sure they would if they could, but the thing is, they were actively told off for doing that.
Yeah, they were.
So they stepped back.
Yep.
That comment was probably him just trying to reclaim some kind of semblance of control over the situation. You know, we did it on purpose because no one liked them.
What?
Yeah, it makes no sense. But it also should be noted that when Sticker Star was being made, I love this fact. And
Hi, Laz.
Oh, hey, Laz.
Hey, Laz.
So I do have to mention this because when Sticker Star was being made, this puts everything in perspective. When Sticker Star got to a presentable point, it was presented to Miyamoto for him to try out. His response to them was that the game was boring. He literally let them have it and just said that the game was boring. Now,
if Miyamoto is telling you off, you need to reconsider your design.
Nintendo reconsidering a game when it's done. Yeah, no, that know as well as
that's the problem.
Yeah, no.
But like I think Thinking back, there are very few times Miyamoto was proven wrong. One of them was Donkey Kong Country.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
and that was more because he took it a little personally.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, it was his word, that made them stop having unique characters in the first place.
Yeah.
And giving them less wiggle room to deal with.
Yeah.
It was, and it should also be...
So,
oh, go ahead.
So that is a time when he was proven wrong.
Mm-hmm. Should also be noted, what was it, I'm trying to remember, there was a, we can't give him too much credit, like, I am throwing shade when I say, like, Nintendo doesn't change things, once something's already done, no matter if they're wrong or not. You want a good example? So, who's played the new Deep Pokemon DLC?
Oh, I've heard some tirades from my friends about this one.
Wait. I just started. What's wrong?
So
Pokemon fans being angry again.
Okay.
No, rightfully. So, this is what is called the Teal Mask or something?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, this is the first DLC. At this point, the smart thing to have done with this DLC is basically fix a lot of the problems with the base game and make a DLC that feels like it's worth it. Well, guess what? According to people who've been playing the game now, it's still buggy as shit. It still runs at half speed. The load times are horrific. Apparently, probably some people say it's even worse than the base game. And considering Nintendo never gave a patch, Game Freak didn't patch Scarlet and Violet, you're not going to get a patch for this one either. They just didn't optimize the game. So, I'm just going to come out and say it. Game Freak's literal literal slogan at this point should be, we made Pokemon in the game that made your childhood. Even if they are really poorly optimized and shit right now, we're not going to fix them. You idiots will buy this anyway. Which,
I mean, they do actually say that out loud. They said no one cares if it's good because it'll just sell.
Yeah.
Annoyingly, they're not wrong.
Mm-hmm.
And then on top of that, all the devs are being crunched to death.
Mm-hmm.
But even then, it's just like, no, give us the Pokemon now.
All right.
No,
We demand more of the creatures of our pockets.
Oh, actually, that voice. Play this guy, Sky, with that voice.
Oh, this ought to be good.
oh yeah, he's
Yeah, that's appropriate. Just one glance at that character portrait, yeah.
yeah.
As you hear the squeaking of my dog in the background.
No,
that adds to it.
No, Kuroda's just got a dog. Nobody cares. Nobody's gonna say anything.
Yeah.
It's Kuroda. What am I gonna do? He's gonna slap me.
Yes, I am the supreme evil being. Ignore that
Ignore my
dog.
puppy.
Ignore the puppy. His name is Muffins.
I'm not heartless. I have to have a companion of some kind.
But go ahead.
I just hate people.
I hate people. Animals are great. All right. The time for subtle measures has passed. Tide Reavers, our objective is Fort Noxos. Surround the fortress and have no mercy.
Sir, yes, sir. Could the dog come too?
Lead the charge, of course.
What's the dog doing?
Kuroda.
What's the dog doing?
They're not messing around.
Go ahead.
That guy's got killing in his blood like, well, our best friend has booze. Zaruk, some powerful people want you to hide.
He even brought his dog. Zaruk, we could use your knowledge here.
The temple needs my advice? I hardly think...
The temple is not accustomed to the open battlefield.
Okay, well, we're outnumbered. Standard move is to secure a defensive bottleneck. We might try to take the small forts by the river. It's slightly better than being overwhelmed here.
Right. We will follow your command, Zaruk. Donar be with us.
So, Zaruk, would you be willing to give your head for a good cause?
Don't even think about it.
Okay.
Which
It was
one are you
worth a
talking
shot.
about? Don't even start, Guile.
So, interesting thing. You will notice that we actually have a deploy limit. The game, at any time, will let you form new squads, as long as you have the force for it. But here's the problem. The issue is that you need soldiers to form a new squad. This means spending money on new recruits and finding someone to command them. And the problem is recruits are expensive. So...
Or spending in-game currency to bring leaders from another world.
Thank God we don't do that. Let me show you what I mean, though. You lose nothing for retreating from a mission, so let me show you. Now, here's the thing. Since we've beaten the game, At any time, we can recruit units from our previous playthrough. These are all characters that have been in. These are all forces who have been in our previous playthrough. We can do that at any time. But I said I was going to wait to a certain point of the story because it would make more sense to call them back at a certain point. We can also buy any of the previous the previous artifacts that we had. Though some of them are literally just straight up spoilers, so I'm not gonna do that.
Hey, he's not gonna take his time and go over them.
No,
quite literally ripping people from history.
Basically, yeah. So
history doesn't care; it won't remember.
This is just Bill and Ted's Adventure again.
Root stands in the corner, looking menacingly at that comment.
History doesn't matter. Because I would like to. I know your location, and I'm approaching rapidly. So, reminds me of a cross between Warsong and the Fire Emblems for the GBA. That is exactly what it is, Gun Sage. That is exactly what it is, and it is. And you have to manage everything: money, resources, supplies. If you want to upgrade your troops, you need the resources for that. Just like an actual commander. If you want to turn your guys into cavalry, you need horses and you need armor for them. So,
better get to looping.
Can you lie about terrorist attacks to trick your people into paying for the war?
No, but you can.
That's what the other side does.
Yeah, but you can. But you can. but you can find nearby mines and mines and jewelry locations and just steal stuff from them.
Oh, that also works. There you go.
I do find it funny that we have a purple that costs less than a blue.
Because the guy's got a gun.
Fair point.
This guy's
he's packing heat.
This guy's an oracle. This guy's a gunner. He's got a gun. That's why he's more dangerous. He's literally almost double the threat level.
I can see the future. I can see the future too.
Parry this, you filthy casual.
Yeah, right there.
I foresee a bullet in your face.
I have a bullet. I have a bullet with your name on it, and I'm gonna keep shooting until I find it.
It reminds me of the post talking about, wizard can block, a wizard shield can block an object, can block a gun, but does it stop the force of the bullet? So shield blocks, the bullet, and then you see a wizard fly back 40 feet at a stupid rate.
Yeah.
Because
physics still technically counts.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no!
And the strength
also,
save.
like to quote the ghost unit from StarCraft 2. I got a bullet with your name on it. Whoops, I missed. Maybe this has your name on it. Bullet has your name on it. Oh wait, no, I missed again. God, I'm gonna.
No, he says he goes.
Find your...
No, he mentions what was your name again? Because he doesn't. Yeah, what was your name again?
That's great.
So here's the thing. So here's the thing about your troops, though. New recruits like this, like basically draftees who are right out of training, they cannot be leaders. You need someone who's already leveled up to be a leader. So in that case, what we'll do, for example, is we've got one of these guys here is already a tier 3 knight. It's this guy, Gavin. So we will remove Gavin. And we will form a squad around him because he's a leader. So we can do this. So we can form him as a squad leader and then build people around him.
Is it just me, or those look like the most metal unicorns ever with the sword sticking out?
Yeah, they do look like they do.
It is the most amazing unicorn to exist.
But here's the thing. There's one interesting thing. We're actually going to... Because y'all remember what Barnabas' ability was? One of them was mentor. Mentor. Yeah. So what you can do with Barnabas is you can build squads around Barnabas, and they'll level up faster. So what we're going to do is we're going to stick a bunch of new soldiers with Barnabas and have him be their commander, which means they will level up and be ready for battle a lot faster.
So Barnabas is just I was going to say disgruntled preschool teacher.
Oh my god.
I mean...
That's his lore, actually.
Like having to deal with all the annoying ones? Yeah, probably.
It's true.
Get the crayons away from your mouth.
I have to yell that every single day.
I swear to God, I will turn this battalion around.
Yeah. All right,
Just an angry dad all the time.
Yeah.
There's a reason he drinks with Stefan.
Just constantly. That man has a flash strapped to the inside of his chest plate at all times.
A man after my own heart.
He is ready.
Gunsage says, 3 Houses is one of the few Fire Emblem games I haven't played enough of. My daughter smashed through that, Engage, and the classic Fire Emblem games, as well as the Dragon Quest games on her own. I'm very proud. You fucking should be.
Yeah.
You fucking should be.
Yeah.
They're better than me. Damn it.
You have a tactician for a
Yeah,
daughter.
you got a tactician as a daughter.
Look, here's the thing. She's a tactician. That means she can get around stuff, which means, look, man, she'll get sneakier if you're not careful.
Mm-hmm.
Because I got sneakier.
Stop them before they grow too powerful.
It's too late. It's already too late. All right, so we're going to skip the dialogue because we know what's happening here. But regardless, now that we have more soldiers, it means we can deploy more forces. And yeah, in most cases, while you're starting out, you're not going to have the money to field a very big army. But once you get the funding and the equipment, you can basically max this deployment limit, no problem.
So I just realized I switched my Discord to push to talk because I was getting audio bleed through, and I've been trying to talk for the past 20 minutes wondering, what's going on?
No. Quick, what did you want to say?
Yes.
Well, it was in response to something Zaruk said earlier about somebody today saying, "Oh, history doesn't matter." Zaruk, those who fail to study history are condemned to repeat it. Those who do study history are condemned to watch everyone else repeat it.
Yeah.
Facts.
Yeah.
Hard facts.
Yeah. I hate
You see, if I just don't remember what happened, I can't be bothered by it.
Hold on, are we missing?
Barnabas is.
Where's
Barnabas
Barnabas?
is missing.
What happened to him?
Oh, he's not in this. He's not in this mission.
Oh yeah, he's
too busy trying to babysit the Nimitz.
No. It's because you're
He's
right.
joining, I'm
No,
guessing.
Yeah, he's right. No, he's right because the problem is Barnabas technically should not be here because remember, he's not. Remember, the main character got separated from everybody.
Did he just temporarily rubber band?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Created a time paradox.
You've created.
Don't worry about it.
Mhm.
Don't worry about it.
Pops in,
I'll
don't
be
worry
back
about it, I'm
later.
out, and just leaves.
Listen,
Yeah.
don't worry. I went to get more booze.
All right.
My
So,
plastic's empty. Tap tap, and just runs.
My drinking buddy, no.
So, another thing this game adds is the challenges. Every mission is going to have these, and doing them not only gets you bonus experience for your army, but can also get you resources and in some cases units if you're really lucky. So in this case, our challenges are seize Port Genos, the port town, and defeat Corroder Squad in battle, but we also can't let anyone attack Fort Naxos, which is where we are. And I believe Port Genos is, let's see, right there. So we have to be able to go over there. So what I'm going to do is we need resources, so we can't ignore these locations. So what we're going to do is I'm going to take the tankiest squads I have, one of them being Diana's force, and I think the other one is, yeah, it is the main character's force. They're going to block the bridges while the other forces move out and try to grab these positions and get the resources. I don't know if we'll get all of them, but we can at least give it a shot. So,
Since we're talking about tactics and tactics games, can I ask something? Because it kind of just fell off the map.
sure, what's up?
What happened to Advance Wars reboot? Because everyone was talking about it
Still
for a
there.
long time. Everyone was talking about it for a long time, especially after the delay. And now it's suddenly like everyone's stopped talking about it. This worries me.
Because, well, the reason why is because, for one, like, remember, it's just a remake of the first Advance Wars 1 and Black Hole Rising. Everything that was in those games is in this one. It's basically a remastered thing. Nothing really, some new stuff was added, not a lot. But the other problem is that the online features were severely lacking, which meant that the game quickly, faded because nobody kept playing it. In fact, I think Mangs is basically one of the best Advance Wars and Fire Emblem players. He put it best. People got the game, played through it for nostalgia's sake and because they love the series, but the moment they were done with it, they put it down and they went back to play Advance Wars by Web, which is literally, if y'all don't know what that is, Advance Wars by Web is this massive website system that allows you to play Advance Wars with anywhere else in the world And it's basically one of those things where you can take your turn on the computer, close the computer, go to your job, come back, and then if your opponent has made their move some point in the day, then it'll be your turn again. But the thing about it was that it made like little changes here and there. It nerfed certain people, buffed certain people, made changes to make the game more balanced and more fun. Whereas the Advance Wars Reboot Camp, no, everyone's still as busted as they were in the base games. Max in Advance Wars 1 is the most broken character in the game. He is. Like, Max
Obviously
breaks the game. And in Advance Wars 2, Kanbei is the most broken character. He breaks the game. So, it's why people stop talking about it. Like, am I happy that it came out? Absolutely. And I love what they did with it. But the problem is that, well, that game was going to live or die by how many people could keep playing it. And because its online thing was really weird and really dumb... hell, you couldn't even one of the things was that kept hyping up was, oh, you can build your own maps and play with people online. Except they nerfed how big you could make the map. There are maps in Advance Wars that are gigantic. You couldn't make maps like that. You could only make small maps because apparently.
Oh no.
Yeah, I don't know why they did that, but it kind of people are still playing it, of course. But it limited what exactly you could do with it. And again, very quickly, people found out who the most busted characters were. And, yeah, they took it and ran with it. So, most of the time, you're going to see people online playing the same characters over and over and over again. So...
What a shame.
Yeah, what a shame. Still, at least they acknowledge the series exists. Now they just need to acknowledge that Golden Sun exists and give us remakes of those games.
At the very least, give us the fourth game. At the very least, the fourth game and the plot, I can live with that. The remakes, that would be a dream, but at least give us the fourth game, please, I beg of you.
That's not gonna happen.
You say that, and I'm just sitting over here as a fan of the Mega Man Legends series, looking for Legends 3 to finish the cliffhanger going,
That's also never gonna happen, because KG, Mr. Inafune has, lost...
Has made decisions.
Yeah. Mr. Inafune has lost a lot of the clout that he had, so...
Gosh, I wonder why. I mean, it's almost like somebody made him cry like an No, I'm not going further with that.
Hey, Rika, my husband chose violence. Here I am. How you doing, Rika? Chose violence. Howdy. Wait, who is your husband and what does he do? Yeah, chose violence.
To war with you. We rode off to war together. This is violence.
Yeah. Okay. Also, that reminds me, Scott, your character model, your PNG for this, actually, if there were some slight adjustments made, your PNG could probably fit right in with the art style of this game. With the character models. No, I'm serious. Think about it.
Oh, word. No, yeah, that's fair. The artist does like a very brush paint model.
Oh!
It's alright.
Yeah, no. It'd be. Oh, yeah, your healers are dead.
It's alright.
Where's the temple?
Need a res, Adamana!
Healer down!
Is there a temple in Dinar nearby?
Speaking of out...
Oh, wait, no, there it is. There is one.
Looks like we're right on time. Don't count us out just yet.
The army's gonna have our heads if they found out about this. Are you sure you're okay with this, guys?
War crime.
Josiah, why don't you play Jules?
Sure, if I can actually remember to push my button. I've never known Zaruk to be sinister in any way. Except that one time when he did a war crime challenge, but that's neither here nor there. There's something fishy going on. Zaruk needs our help.
That's very ironic coming from the character you're talking as. Because in the last time we played this game, for those who've been around long enough to remember the first playthrough, Jules was the walking war criminal. So...
there's war crimes enough for everyone.
That's very gutsy of you, Jules.
We're way past worrying about the army now, kiddos. We're criminals now. And no time for belly aching. Let's get our butts over to Zaruk's position on the double.
Hey, I heard some criminals were around here.
I must be brave.
Oh god, that's a lot of cavalry units.
My friends are.
Did somebody say criminals?
Stop right there,
The criminal scum! No one breaks the law on my watch!
I'm confiscating your stolen goods. Now pay your fine, or it's off to jail.
Have a good brawl.
Surely
That's
our
actually
security.
redeemed.
Yeah, it is.
Surely
No,
our
Josiah
spears are-
redeemed it. That's why I was quoting it.
Surely our
No,
spears
no, the
are
rap.
effective against cavalry.
Oh yeah, the rap. Yes, yes. For what is it? 1,000 bits, I think, or something. I have I have the straight out of Cyrodiil rap, which I love. I love doing it. It's great.
Oh yeah, speaking of Kuroda.
Yeah. No, that's. Oh, that is him. Okay, well, you die now. I hope.
It's the power of his dog. See, it says dog on the bottom.
There you go.
Dog twice.
By the power of good boy.
Let's see.
How can I help, my lord?
I love the fact that if you put putting range units on a mountain actually increases their range, so Jules can take shots at these guys.
Jules from downtown.
He can also shoot
My
ducks.
God.
It's very strange.
My God, stop the damn match.
And here comes Jules with the steel chair.
Hey everyone, I come. Don't worry, Jules. I came back with the beer.
Here comes
See,
Sybil.
so we're gonna
Ready
search
or
here.
not.
We're gonna take this. There we go. And that's how we get some iron for our resources.
Right now we have
in
an
the
iron
distance,
deficiency.
Stefan begins to cry tears of joy.
He's like, I came back with the booze.
Actually, wait. Amina, didn't you have to take an iron supplement that one time? That little fish-shaped thing?
So I have both iron supplements and the fish thing. Basically, the lucky fish is
Time
that
to
you
act
cook with
is
it.
Now, ready.
Uh-huh.
So what you
Okay,
do is
Sky,
that,
take out the
like,
doggo.
cool, good dog. So anyway, so what you do
Do
is that
not
what
argue
I
with
do
us.
is that I will boil
Repent
water
before the righteous.
and then put in the fish for 10 minutes and then take it out and then I have iron infused water, and then if you want to put it in food, you just do it with soup. Just make your liquid part, put in fish for 10 minutes, take it out, and now it will taste a little like iron, which iron infused water kind of tastes like how lettuce smells. It's not bad, but it's also taste how lettuce smells. The upside is I don't feel sick all day.
That sounds like it might be something good to make tea with.
Now, the supplements are just supplements. You drink it down with whatever drink and then eat it with some food. And it's pills.
Pills here.
And I have so many pills.
Unfortunately, as busted as Diana is, these guys have really good dodge stats, so they keep avoiding her attacks. But when they don't dodge, well,
They die.
yeah, they die. Nice.
Oh no, stop attacking Diana. You're only making her stronger.
Actually, she's gaining no experience from this, which I think is hilarious. We might be in trouble. Or he can just go
So
for the...
the-
Or he can go for the bodyguard like a moron. You're dead.
Oh no! Oh no! I did not see they come.
Oh,
Oh,
my wamu, dumb fucku.
yeah. Omae wa mo shinderu. Nani?
I love this part. Getting real thirsty here.
Oh, wait a minute. I think we can just... Oh, they're not... Oh, okay. No surrender.
Because it's
Okay.
a leaders group.
Yeah, that's true.
No surrender.
Jesus,
Time for a
Dr.
stomping.
There's no more dog sitters now.
Oh, that was a rough
My
fight,
people.
guys.
From my homeland.
He says he takes no damage
must
from that
stay
one
strong.
attack from the siren.
Mm-hmm.
Zaruk, we're struggling together.
He says as the avatar's like covered in blade marks and like all of his bodyguards are dead. Yeah, suffering together, you say.
They'll notice this
Yeah,
one.
that's
for
why I
sure.
said it, Zaruk. That
Alright.
makes some
Yay.
people listen for once.
Okay.
All the roofs have been pointing.
We will always find a way.
Bleh, 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 bleh. I can't talk. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Come on, Amina, learn your vowels.
I'm sorry.
I still love that oversimplified clip. Is that an emu? No, sir. It's an emo. Damn it, Jones. Learn your vowels. I'm sorry.
I've made that mistake before.
Where am I
On
needed?
stream.
What, you've confused
during the
an
Grandia streams.
Oh yeah, you confused an emo for an Yeah, that's where we got the emo emus from. For those who don't know, back when we played through Grandia HD, one of the pictures I used to promote the series was done by my friend Raleus, and it's literally the group coming across an emo emu. So
I'm not gonna make the joke even worse. Emotional damage.
Emotional
Emotional
No,
damage.
that's what all Australians suffer from is emotional damage from never having lost a war against a bunch of birds.
Actually,
And yet, considering a video of one particular Australian Baz, they won the war in the end. Man walking his emu down the streets of Australia.
although speaking of countries who have lost wars to birds, China.
Oh yeah, the 4 Pest campaign. Yeah, we don't. Yeah, that's actually all right. Hold on, because I have to do this. Where is it?
Did somebody say history lesson?
I got it. Hold on.
Yay!
Hold on. Where is my thing?
I got all these points. Let me use it.
Wait, do I not? Is it not on here?
It should be on here. Unless you took it off.
Why is my most main thing that everyone loves not? Is it not? Wow, really? Thought I. Okay, hold
Twitch,
on.
how dare you?
Hold on. Did Twitch get rid of it? That makes. Hold on. Let me check my.
Why isn't it possible?
It's just not.
Why not?
Oh no.
Hold on. Where's
If we can't have it through Twitch, we'll do it the normal way.
Okay, hold on. Got it. So Twitch turned it off for some reason. I've turned it back on. So, let me.
Wait. Hey.
For reasons that are perfectly logical and definitely not related to, Twitch is a bunch of goobers.
There it is. It's right next to you
Yeah.
died.
I think this calls for a little history lesson.
So yes, I think this calls for a little history lesson. The bit with the four Pest campaign. After World War II and when the Reds took over China, the idea was they wanted to industrialize and modernize China. This meant basically making a lot of sweeping changes, one of which was the removal of the 4 pests. Things like rats, locusts, sparrows, and things like that. Because those things were they saw as a detriment to to agricultural production and stuff like that. Here's the problem. This basically led to a bunch of Chinese citizens, children included, to kill a bunch of sparrows. Now, tell me, class, on the food chain, what eats locusts?
Sparrows.
Yeah, the sparrows. Thousands of sparrows were killed, which means the locust population exploded. The locusts devoured most of the agriculture, and what is it? 4 million or more? Hold on. Someone's gonna have to back me up on this, but I think it was like it's either 4 million Chinese people died due to the elimination of the birds.
I must not fail.
So, if someone could check, if someone could verify that for me. So yes, China and Australia have both lost wars to birds.
Except it's just one lost because these birds are friggin' Australian, and the other lost because they weren't very bright.
Yeah.
So,
Now,
to
when it comes
put
to
more-
wars,
Wait. Amina, hold on. Go ahead,
Okay.
Ferris.
A paladin never.
So to
forgets.
answer about this happened around in 1958. This is known as the 4 Pests campaign. So China was obviously
I'm
trying
just
to
getting
clean up
started.
China. They're trying to clean up
Stay
by
strong, everyone.
killing pests. So
Yeah, I've gone
4
over.
pests.
I've mentioned that.
Yeah.
What was the losses?
Yeah.
That's the thing.
So let's see. This caused the Great Chinese Famine, actually. Which let's see. Which actually led to the deaths of 15 to 55 million people.
There it is.
see, wars.
Yeah, 15 to 55 million people died because they went after birds. Yeah.
Well, it's not only birds. They decided to kill the mosquitoes, all of rodents, any flies.
Yeah.
The problem is that these are also species that predatory creatures fed on.
Yep.
So by wiping them out, locusts ended up, doing the thing that most locusts do, and kill all the
Kill the
eat all
crops.
the crops.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we all know what happens when all the crops are eaten.
Mm-hmm.
Also, you are the last person in your squad.
He's about actually.
Oh.
Huh.
All right.
As I said, remember,
Just
could you kill me properly?
I'm sorry.
that tries to kill him properly and dies himself, and then the medic just surrenders.
Meg is just like,
Oh.
fuck this shit, I'm out.
Mm-hmm. Oh damn it! He'll be fine.
Gilded.
The only
Bye,
ones I've heard
Jules.
that's like actually been successful about like getting rid of pests is just one city in Canada, completely rat-free. Absolutely.
Which is amazing to me, but
Yeah, that's because they sent all the rats down in my neck of the woods.
I'm leaving.
Maine
I'm
is getting a
leaving.
larger and larger rat problem.
yeah. There's also I don't know where it is. I think it's in the northwest right now. They're getting this like influx invasion of these like these moths or something, and they're an invasive species, and they need to be purged
to be brave.
as quickly as possible. Like people are actively saying, "Oh, they're really pretty," and the response is, "Kill them quickly."
Kill
Kill them
them
with
now.
fire.
Yeah, kill.
It is always okay to crush a thing if it's invasive.
Yes.
It shouldn't be there in the first place.
Yeah. Yeah, like Sky said, kill them now. Yeah, basically.
Do it. Kill them.
Yeah.
Do it.
Do it. And the reason why is
Lantern
because...
flies, Japanese beetles.
Yeah, that's it. The lantern flies, is what they're called. Or the lantern moths. Yeah, they are invasive. They are not good for the environment, and yeah, they need to die. So...
One upside is that if you have chickens and know how to catch them dead or alive, you have plenty of chicken food.
Mm-hmm.
Chickens are really good at eating pests.
Yes, they are.
Like,
They'll eat anything. Pests, small animals, mice, other chickens.
And if you need to get rid of... And we're not saying you do this.
Domesticated pigs.
Yeah, I was about to say, if you need to get rid of a body, then just use pigs for that.
Domesticated pigs will eat any and everything that falls into their pen.
Yep.
For sure.
One time I was almost eaten by pigs. It was not fun.
We're not saying you should do this. We're just saying you can do this.
You can do this.
Just
but-
there's capabilities for hypothesis.
Yeah.
Also, you should give them tea. Hypothetically, if you would.
hypothetically.
Why would you give tea to a pig?
It's a lot of food. You gotta throw it in the stomach.
Maybe they'll enjoy it.
Because they're posh. Haven't you seen the cartoons? The pigs are always in nice suits.
I thought you were gonna say, "Have you read Animal Farm?" To which I was gonna be like, "Yes,
Oh my
never,
God.
never again."
That's a good reference. Jeez.
Yeah.
I've raised
Just
pigs,
flash
it's all
back to their
true.
8th grade reading class.
No. Okay. Yeah. Wait, your 8th grade reading class too?
Yes.
I had to-
Jesus.
I had to.
yes.
Yeah. God.
Ah, yes, Animal Farm. That book that nobody actually got the point of.
Yeah.
And then directly to 9th grade with Mice and Men and To Kill a Mockingbird. I'm like, all right, so you just went a whole different shift in direction, didn't you?
I mean, my
Oh,
brother.
Stefan. Uh-oh.
When my brother
Stefan
had.
is too far away.
Sorry, my brother. Uh-oh. Nah, he'll be fine. Teleport away.
Away!
Yeah, he'll be alright.
Killed.
Yeah, my brother actually had to read Fahrenheit 451 when he was in school.
Remember that book?
Which is he told me.
Yeah.
And then I remember. Okay, y'all are. Bear with me on this one because this is nuts. I honestly could not think of anyone who would want to do this unless you were this guy. I knew a guy in school. So when we senior year of high school, you had to pick a book to read and then do a big project on it. Like the project involved both the author, the book, everything. So
I feel there's some German coming up.
Yep. No, thank God, but no, thank God. No.
I was going
No.
with such a dark
Yeah, I see
overshadow
where
in
you're
my
going,
brain.
but no. No, instead, what ended up happening was that a guy decided to read "I Have No Mouth and I Must Scream," which
Oh, good.
Where am
Lord.
I?
Oh, no.
yeah, which
Oh.
even our teacher was like, you sure you want to read
paladin
this
never
book?"
surrenders.
And he's like, yeah, I can. She was very confused, but she was like, all right. you want to read that book, go for it.
My
He
friends
read it,
like
and not
comfort me.
only did he, not only did he get an A on the project, but because he's a big sci-fi guy, so he wanted to read the book. But when he did read it, he actually, for part of his presentation, there were a number of things you could do for the project. One of them was reenact a scene from the book. So he decided to do, and did I also, before I continue, he was also in the drama club. So he was a really good actor.
Oh no.
So he decided to do the hate, let me tell you how I've come to hate you.
The reenacted Am's monologue?
Yeah, the entire monologue. He goes, there are 3.1. Yeah, I don't remember the details, but he did the entire monologue without pausing, without skipping a beat, and some of the students were actively terrified of him because because naturally he didn't have like a vocalizer on, so he could do like a mechanical thing, but the way he acted was enough to convince people that he was terrifying. I'm the only one.
Red Mage, you can still come in. Or it's not
Yeah, you
like
can come in.
yeah, you're free to come in.
But regardless,
One of us.
But regardless, it was one of those things where, like, I'm the only one who probably wasn't freaked out because the whole time I'm like, I know what this is. I haven't read it, but I know what this is. Everyone at some point has heard the Am speech, or at least knows part of it. So, so I wasn't like surprised by it. But even I just thought it was funny for my English teacher, who's a big, like, she loves drama. She's a big, she loves reading, has read so many books. So for her to be like, are you sure you want to do this book? Always surprised me because I'm like, why are you saying no to this? Really?
Because I have
very
no
sensitive topic.
Disturbing.
I mean, it's more
There
disturbing.
are very specific things that happen, and not just all the big ones.
Yeah.
Although I have
I
to
don't
say-
think it was for the don't want to offend somebody. It's more of just
This is a
doesn't
really
feel
fucked up book.
healthy.
Mm-hmm.
Can you handle the themes? Because there are a lot.
Yeah.
In fact, people still accuse the author of like hating people, but like that's the furthest from the truth. That book is not about hating humanity; it's about loving humanity.
Mm-hmm. It should also be noted that that author in question, I love this little fact. So, for those who don't know, there is an I Have No Mouth and I Must Scream video game. And one of the last things the author of that book did before his passing was he gave his voice, he'd already done it for like the audio, yeah, for the audio book. But then he gave Am a voice using his own voice. He basically voiced Am in the video game too. So that's why we have a canonical idea for what he sounds like, is because the author was like, I'll do it.
He also worked on
look at that.
It was
Yeah.
just
Wow. Offense wins battles, defense wins wars. Those who understand this shape our world. Zeteni the Undying. Good God. That is a tier... Ladies and gentlemen, that is a tier 3 unit. That is a Sentinel. Let's see, what has he got?
Jeez, Louise.
See, Resolve. Resolve. Unit takes 25% less damage when under 50% max HP. Enemies cannot critical hit this unit. Once per chapter, this unit will survive an enemy volley that would otherwise be fatal. Let's see. Whoop.
There's so many. It goes off.
Yeah, there's so many it goes off the thing. I can't read them all. He
There's
has
Polearm Warrior and Guardian.
Yeah, Polearm Warrior increased attack versus cavalry units by 35% and grants immunity to shock. And then Guardian is I think Guardian basically means that as long as you're standing, they have to attack you and not the leader. So shit. All right. You're hired.
it's a worthy investment.
Oh, there's another cat.
Yeah, we want another cat. Let's
Another
see.
cat for a cat lady.
It continues.
But yes, speaking of the game, you should play that on Halloween.
I was about to say that would be
Absolutely
that'd be a great Halloween stream.
I'm done.
Okay, here's the thing. Look, if I can get it to work, I will. But the problem is the game is old. So it probably...
Mm-hmm. Compadre.
Yeah.
GOG has it.
Yeah, I know.
And
I may not.
GOG has it. It works.
But I may not be able to capture it. That's the thing.
Okay, that's a good point.
So if it works, if it doesn't, you should go look for the game yourself and play it.
Yeah.
It's a win-win either way.
It was given away for free a while ago, so I have it. I'm just like, I don't know if I want to do this to myself.
Hey, Doku. Yeah,
You should.
Doku says, I'm a sleep lurk. I had a long day outside, but a good air show. I'm sunburnt. Yeah, well, enjoy your sleep. Sorry you're sunburnt.
All of that being said, I did watch a Let's Play of it ages ago, so I do know what happens. It's one hell of a ride.
Yeah, it is. Even though it's not canon. Like, the game is not canon. The book, like, the game, like, let me put it this way.
There are changes.
Let me put it this way. The other reason, I don't want to play the game is because there's no way to win. Winning the game is non-canon. Because,
How can I help,
yeah,
my
if you
lord?
win, you basically go against the book. Like, the book is how everything ends, unfortunately.
Here's the thing, though. The author himself helped work on the project, so
That's
think of it
true.
as less not canon strictly, and
I
more,
must stay
this
strong.
happened in a different timeline.
Alternate ending, yeah.
Yeah.
Be
Die.
canon, if you will. If holes are filled, then great. And then if something completely different happens, well then, it's not really a problem. The book
Yeah.
is still the book. And the game is still the game.
Mm-hmm.
And the comics are existent.
Yeah, here it is.
Canon is often an illusion.
Mhm. Here it is. Hate. Let me tell you how much I've come to hate you since I began to live. There are 387.44 million miles of printed circuits in wafer-thin layers that fill my complex. If the word hate was engraved on each nanoangstrom of these hundreds of millions of miles, it would not equal 1/1 billionth of the hate I feel for humans at this micro instance. For you, hate. It is such a powerful phrase and a powerful quote that it's, oh god, it's terrifying. And remember, that's the author doing the voice.
Friendly reminder, everyone, AI technology is advancing at a rapid rate.
Mm-hmm. Thank you for coming prior to your army's departure. Okay, first of all, I have to complain that his model, his little RPG Maker thing looks nothing like he does for his model.
He's too floofy.
Yeah.
I like his glasses.
Like, I kind of want to play characters since I have. Since,
Oh, go ahead.
Since
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Thank you for coming prior to your army's departure. You certainly are the trusting type.
Who are you?
My name is Lysander.
What? Lysander? General
Lysandra?
Lysander? Of the Imperial Army?
Yes. I know your name from the academy. Seems we've never crossed paths before.
I just thought you would be older. How did you know where to find me?
All that matters now is that I come to you with a warning. News is already spreading. Empress Fiona was murdered. War is imminent. The Empress's death has opened old wounds, sparked old rivalries. The two strongest dukes, Lothair, Terranor, have mobilized their armies. It's civil war, and it's just a matter of time.
Lysander, there's gotta be more to this. And you know who.
Careful what you say, Zaruk. The Prime Minister is very popular among the people. He has surrounded himself with powerful allies.
Then you believe he's responsible for the murder. Come on, just admit it. He's been obsessed with becoming emperor for so long, he would do anything.
You must keep your voice down. There are among us in the Imperial Army who think as you do. Do not act rashly. Casimir will make a mistake eventually. For now, you should stay with the temple. When I have collected enough evidence to expose Castamere, I will find you. Until then, I trust you'll keep this meeting to yourself?
Of course. Wait, do you live here, or is that your... Okay.
And,
Intrigue.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
So, quick question. While I was gone, did you guys do any of the legend stuff?
No, the legend stuff is like guidance stuff from Fire Emblem. It's actually harder the moment it unlocks, so we're going to go back and do it later. Anyway,
Okay, good to know.
Sky, how would you like to be our narrator?
I don't mind. I've got a little bit more before I gotta put the kids to bed and then make dinner for my wife who's coming home from work, so.
Sure.
Okay. How do we want to do this? We want to do more like Zaruk and Donari?
Yeah, the Denari. Yeah.
Zaruk and the Denari Temple achieve a stunning victory in the defense of Fort Naxos and liberate the area from Tide Reaver menace. Having taken heavy losses, Tide Reaver Commander Kuroda orders a retreat back to the sea. The Tide Reaver occupation came with a cost to the region. The locals have been plundered dry, and some have been taken as slaves to work for whoever will buy them from the Tide Reavers. Zaruk considers that it was only his presence that invited such despair upon these people. As Zaruk and the Denari warriors prepare to board their ships at Port Genos, a powerful storm arrives, blocking the direct sea route to Lemelin. While this presents a problem for Zaruk, the retreating Tide Reaver fleet seems caught in the worst of it.
Haha, you dumb bitch! And then oh no, my hubris!
Learn how to sail, bitch!
Oh, this should be no, this should be interesting.
It's me against myself. I'll do
my
my best.
No, I'll play Sybil for this. I can do that. It don't
Okay.
matter. Hello, sister, great paladin. I'm Diana. I mean, Sybil.
Hi, Sybil. I'm Dad.
I'm biting my tongue so hard right now.
Just some humor to crack the ice. I do remember you. Hello, Sybil.
Well, what do you think? I become a war
I
priestess.
thought it was a good joke.
I become a war priestess for Viridia. That is, until Barnabas and Jules dragged me out here.
That is honorable. You should be proud.
Wait, are you busy or something?
No, I suppose not.
It's just that I know you gave the final word on all Sisterhood of Justice hopefuls, and...
It was difficult with you, Sybil.
What do you mean?
This land needs hearts such as yours, willing to sacrifice to root out the evil that surround us on all fronts. But in the end, the Donari Temple must remain steadfast in its ancient traditions.
Also, no war crimes.
If we make sacrifices against the future, we will have lost our defined precedent for survival. And to that end, the Paladin leadership values a certain solemn dignity as a core tenet of our sacred order. One cannot want this life. One should be, in a way, reluctant to wield the power that comes with joining the Sisterhood of Justice.
As the old saying goes, true leaders don't seek leadership, it is thrust upon them.
Which is why I look for leadership opportunities every chance I get, so I'm denied it. It's easy to be lazy.
I'm very sorry, Sybil. I know it can be harsh news to bear.
So I just wanted too much. That's always the case. What am I supposed to do? Just fake it or something?
That is an argument. I mean, there are people that are very willing to take the cause.
Yeah.
Even if they know what's up.
Come with time. Donar willing, your heart will find peace. I must I dread the thought of growing old, while bearing the burden of restlessness and regret.
Yeah, right. Like that'll ever happen. Not even you notice me.
Damn.
Pray, what, pray tell, has left you with such sorrow?
You had parents, right? Not me. But who cares about Sybil when there's a million other orphans to worry about?
Oh God. I was indeed blessed to be around my father for much of my childhood, as exceedingly harsh as he was.
Yeah, but at least you had someone to tell you if you're doing a good job or not.
You were leading a good life, Sybil, but it must not come from...
Yeah, I know. I've heard it a million times. It can't come from someone else saying it. But I don't care. You can do that because you were taught to be just fine as who you are. And I wasn't. Just be fine with that, okay?
Of course. Forgive my shallow words, Sybil.
It's just me being stupid. Again. Just forget the last few minutes, please, Sister Diana.
Consider it forgotten. Donar watch over you.
Thank you. That kind of defeats the purpose if you're literally telling people, forget what I just said. Well, then you make no progress. If you don't confront the way you act or how you are, nothing changes. So, I don't know.
Yeah, I feel like this argument kind of
It kind of spins on itself, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Hey guys, guess what?
Okay. I know what she's saying. Yeah, I know.
It's time for drinking water, doing the stretchies, and untrimming.
Yep.
Salud.
You know what? Just for you, I'm dehydrating.
Do the thing.
Stay hydrated. This is a threat.
Yeah.
It is a threat.
Okay.
Stay hydrated. You have no choice. Do we add another cat?
Yes, we're adding another cat. This cat is... Wait, what are their names? Hold on.
Johans?
Berenger and... Berenger and Johannes.
Who named them? Manolin, did you name them?
Maybe she didn't. Why does it matter? And yes, they can become behemoths when they class up, so...
Johannes is a better name for a chicken. Would you like to know why?
Why?
Because if a chicken was named Johannes, it could spend all day balking.
No.
Get out.
Okay,
get
here
out.
we go.
Get out.
So, the name Berenger is Germanic, is both Germanic and French.
Oh.
But it basically in German it means a bear spear.
Interesting.
So bear is
I
the bear
guess
part, and injure is the spear part?
Well, apparently it's a name of a warrior, but you're like fighting with basically. I get it.
I get it.
What about Johannes?
Johannes. Johannes.
Every time I see that name in some form or fashion, I think of Joanna from Sweeney Todd.
The name is actually Hebrew, meaning God is gracious. So
yes, God is gracious for having given us these giant cats for battle.
I kind of wish now you could actually turn the sword master into a beast master kind of thing.
That would be cool. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
I cast angry giant cat.
Anyway, we want Centennial to be our to be a leader. So we're actually gonna change his affinity to light, so he gets boosted loyalty and leadership. I'm also gonna give him one of these medals. Give him a Medal of Valor. Or two. Because that means it'll get his leadership up and he can field more people. Let's see, what trait can I give you?
He's got two Medals of Valor, one for each clasp.
Yeah, or one for each pauldron.
Yeah, one for each pauldron.
It should be maybe bodyguard.
see, bodyguard. I think that's for your soldiers. Bodyguard. Yeah, that's for covering your squad leader. Hold on. Power. Let's see. Imposing. More likely to, more likely to be targeted.
Wait. Isn't that
what?
Isn't that overwritten by the one that forces everybody to attack him before it can attacking other people? I think. Okay.
So with him here, we can send we can basically send some of the people to train under him. He's not as not a miracle worker or something, but we can give him some people. Because here's the thing, sure, some of these new people might get hurt. He's not gonna get hurt. That man, well, you look at him. The man's built like a brick house. He ain't gonna die. He's literally called Zeteni the Undying.
Yeah.
So
He's a fan of Undyne.
Spear of Justice.
All the references.
It's also funny because when the background changes, that kind of gives you an idea of what kind of unit you're building. So with the forest, it means this would be kind of an ambush unit. Except, you see, you can't. This man can't really ambush. Not in his. Not in that armor. I'm afraid. So.
Clank, 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 clank.
Yeah, clank, clank.
Yeah. It's like dun. It's like.
I mean,
hear
he's
that?
still certainly
Robot
stealth.
Chicken episode.
He just stares at you and says, "You don't see me."
You do not see Zeteni the Undying.
Iron Man trying to sneak through the vents, just scraping.
Yeah.
I mean, technically, it is covert if no one,
Yeah, if nobody.
It's called heavy
Was
stealth.
alive.
If nobody's
Yeah.
alive to see to
Yeah.
detect you, you're
Yep.
technically not detected.
Yep.
Just reminds me of that one MythBusters when they were testing like the magnetic vent climb.
Yeah, like making all the noise. Thor the God of Thunder is trying to break into my building. Yeah.
Yes, I believe in the Evil Villain Handbook that noise is responded to by a hail of bullets into the vent.
Yeah, basically. All right, so I want to turn Diana's bodyguards into paladins, but they need more strength for that, so they have to keep leveling up. So
They should have been built different. Diana, teach them better.
I can't help that they weren't born with abs like I was. In the end, we all have our cross to bear.
Yeah, having her say they need to be built different, coming from the woman who's literally like 8 feet tall.
Being born with abs was my cross to bear. My father was very confused.
I was born to bear this washboard.
It all started at my birth. Both of my parents didn't show up. Isn't that the quote from Phineas and Ferb? My problem started at birth when both of my parents didn't show up.
The Doofenshmirtz origin story.
Yeah, which is constantly changing.
Yeah.
Also,
wait. Counts as an ocelot.
Yeah, fun fact: Doofenshmirtz voice actor said when he went
Dan Provenmire.
Mm-hmm. When Dan Provenmire went to the Star Wars Rise of the Resistance attraction, where they they capture all the people and then put you in a jail for the Resistance members to come rescue you. He said one of the stormtroopers knew who he was because the stormtrooper walked up to the gate, or like the gate that sealed everyone in. It said he goes, we didn't. He goes, seeing you here is quite unexpected, and by unexpected I mean completely expected. With the stormtrooper voice, and he was like, and for those of you, he goes, and if you don't know what that's a reference to, and he plays the clip of, Perry the Platypus, how completely unexpected, and by unexpected I mean completely expected. That, so,
love it.
let's see, the Sea Shepherd, far out at sea from Port Genos. This globe is fascinating. I'm just gonna keep staring at it.
Alright, here we are, on the edge of a bleeding storm in the middle of the Herald Sea. And Zaruk, stop staring at that orb!
He is pondering the orb.
Pondering the orb
Must
obsessively.
ponder the orb.
You are not a magic class, I swear to God.
You still have a line.
Well, there's the storm, then there's the bloodthirsty outlaws, and then there's its adorable dog.
Can we catch up to the Tide Reaver ships?
They ain't moving. Probably hunkered down to ride out the storm. Wait a minute. You're...
Pondering this orb, yes. My pondering is done. If we don't make an example of them now, we're going to keep getting pushed around. We can also free the prisoners and treasure they plundered from Port Genos. Any objections?
Including more orbs.
We trust you, Zaruk, although I do object to whoever's making that wet sound in the background. They need to figure out their bowels. It's very disturbing. I don't appreciate it.
I think that's the ocean.
Yeah, that's.
I'm glad somebody said something because I thought it was like my pipes at my apartment or something got wrong with the storm.
It's the water dripping in the ship.
No, you just hear in the distance. My pipes get really leaky when the boat moves too much. Oh!
You just hear somebody go, "I shouldn't have had Taco Tuesday."
Yeah.
Oh, Spellzerk! I hope I don't find myself on your bad side someday.
That's definitely not foreshadowing.
No, it isn't. Shut up.
All right.
No, seriously, shut up.
So
it is a little funny that the group called the Tide Reavers decide to not come at it, like, are kind of being defeated in a storm.
Well, it doesn't matter what your name is, like, or anything. Fighting in a storm is hard as shit. There's a reason why. There's a reason why most people preferred, either didn't, or if they had to, would find ways to like chain ships together so they wouldn't get knocked around.
Poseidon don't give a shit about your club name.
Yeah. Sir, those clouds look really dangerous. Should we take the ship into port? Nonsense. We have them on the run. I laugh in the face of Mother Nature. Ha! Ha ha! Come, men, laugh with me. Ha 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 ha! 5 minutes later, all the ships are sunk.
Yeah, I laugh in the face of Mother Nature, and I took that personally.
Like, there's what I was quoting Oversimplified's First Punic War video, where it literally has all the Romans laughing at Mother Nature. Then it shows all of them like getting sunk and 10,000 people dying. So,
I mean, this is the same empire that at one time was commanded to stab the ocean because a ruler.
Yeah, go fight the ocean and then take seashells. Yeah. Yeah, you call this a storm? And then they all get knocked overboard and drown.
And yet nothing could go wrong.
Yeah. Oh no, it all went wrong.
He will always find a
God,
way.
okay, I know a lot of people hated that show, but Chowder was good. I wish people would stop.
Underrated.
Underrated, very.
Chowder was genuinely good.
Yeah.
I loved the episode where like they just ran out of budget.
Yeah, where it has all the voice actors. Yeah, where they ran out of budget. Yeah. So, do you actually know the explanation behind that episode? That's what's funny.
I'm so glad that you were going to talk about that. That's great.
If you know, you tell them. I've told it to a lot of people. You tell them.
Oh, no. I absolutely want you to go for this one. I'm just glad not to be alone in the room that knows it.
Well, no, because I may be wrong. I've heard a different reason for it. That's why I'm saying go ahead.
So, what I have gathered is there was disputes with renewing the contract in the first place, and they basically said, well, use what money you have. And they're like, all right, bet. I bet we can continue to do that. And they did that entire thing to the point where they didn't use any money by cutting out all that last part and then making a huge joke about, hey, you need to pay us.
Yeah.
And then that's when Cartoon Network shelled out the rest of it. Like, fine, you get another season. Just stop calling us out on public networks.
Yep. Isn't it great when isn't it great that you can basically, call people out on their bullshit and they'll actually cave on it most of the time?
Just bully them into submission? Yeah. Like, you know what? Fine, bet.
All right, bet.
Sometimes it's very deserved.
Mm-hmm.
The court of public opinion is going to roast you, so let's just throw that out there.
Just like if you want a good example of that, just look what's going on with the Unity game engine right now.
I was about to say, see, also Unity.
Yeah.
Have you talk about the big three motor company strike?
May I just say, Unity has managed to successfully piss off Nintendo,
everyone,
Microsoft, Sony, the entirety of like A-grade indie development, unrelated non-gaming software, fucking Disney because some of Disney's games are built in that, fucking China because the Chinese market is big on this. And fucking Russia, because several of Russia's larger game devs also use Unity. See also Escape from Tarkov.
Mm-hmm.
Congratulations, Unity. You have pissed off a lot of
You've
people.
literally united the entire world in hatred of you. Congratulations.
Congratulations, you played yourself.
Now all of China knows how
Now
much
all
of
of
a
China
dumbass
knows
you
you're
are.
here. Yeah.
They don't like it.
The
Yep.
prophecy?
Bow and arrow. Yeah. Now wait, I'm trying to remember. Have you seen that like post from Unity where they basically said they don't care? Is that a real post or was that like a joke?
It's a fake. It's a fake. It's a joke one.
Okay, good.
Okay, that had to have been fake.
They don't care. It's true.
But
the
I-
person who posted it was Giano.
Yeah.
That was Giano that posted it. So it's like.
Oh, but you
yeah.
guys want to know something interesting though? Here's the interesting part. A lot of people have been saying, why the fuck is Unity doing this? Who made this decision? Simple. The current CEO of Unity used to be the CEO of EA Games. So, and we all know.
Suddenly it all makes sense.
Yeah.
There's also another corner to this, is that Unity's main thing, what they're mainly used for, is for mobile games, like a bunch of mobile games, which they don't get their ad revenue through that, and they're basically making where those games now have to go through their personal ad company to get 100% of the revenue.
Yeah.
Like, they're just trying to monopolize, and it's disgusting.
They're trying to monopolize the market on shitty Android shovelware.
Yep.
100%. Like,
desperate
all
do you
these
have to
bullshit
be?
mobile games you see are basically all running on some form of a Unity engine.
And it should
How
be.
desperate do you have to be?
Yeah, and it should be noted. Oh, hello. Donar has granted me allies. I will finally be free of these monsters.
I'm bleeding out over here.
So this is Narima, who actually has her own sprite now. They finally gave her own sprite.
Ooh.
So
Look at her legs.
I'm gonna say, I was like, who spent that much time working on those thighs? Because quite literally, there's pixels upon pixels here.
Oh, you should hang around with.
yeah,
it
you should
later.
you should be around to where we get to the really good part.
Yeah.
Trust me, it gets better.
It gets way better.
I await your command.
But
Time to act is now.
so yeah, like
Sayuna will never die.
the weird thing to me about Unity is that, again, they're doing it because, like you said, the money. But the other thing that confuses me is that the whole thing where, like, this is literally going to tank your company. Because people are either going to pull out, you're literally going to sue you for this, because I'm pretty sure this is illegal. So you're going to get sued, which means you're going to have to deal with the legal fees. And if the... Oh, hold on. Conversation. Liberators, I am a friend. For allowing me to be free, I am in your debt. I am Narima. Zaruk, well met. You were one of the slaves here, Narima? Yes, I was to be sold as a slave, but before that, I wanted to free them. Then you are indeed a friend. Please join us for now, Narima. We could use your knowledge of the Tide Reavers for sure. My blade is yours to command.
The Ranger do.
Don't trust her. She got me killed.
Yeah, but again, these people, like, here's the thing. I know Gianni made a joke about it, but I still stand by the fact with him saying the company will go, like, you'll have to deal with the legal fees and all the BS that comes with the shit you're pulling, and if that doesn't tank your company, the people who don't want to use the Unity game engine most certainly will. Like, why do this? What comes from this? You could renegotiate, you know, the use of your license, not this whole, you need to pay us up front, and then as you keep using our license, you need to keep paying us. How, like Sky said...
the CEO, sold off most of his stock before making the announcement.
Yeah,
so
yeah, now that did happen.
Trading.
That did
Yeah,
happen.
he knew it was coming.
It's
That's just
insider
insider
trading. He wanted to
trading.
make his buck.
Like earlier, me and Nina were both making note of this. Their stocks have tanked in the last 5 days.
Good.
Like,
Yeah, it's still
it
going
was-
down.
Like it went from a solid okay 50 to already down to 30 by Thursday.
And I feel, now here's the thing. Do I feel bad for the high-ranking executives? No. Fuck them.
No.
But I feel bad, but I do feel bad for the everyday employee who's probably had no say in this,
paladin
and now has to
never surrenders.
watch as the company burns around them, and they could be out of a job.
Well, it gets even worse. Two Unity offices have closed due to death threats.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah. People are gonna take this in the worst way.
Yeah.
They're taking it way too far.
But
Unreal developers are going to be eating good this year.
Yeah, I was about to say, in perfect timing news, Humble Bundle has announced a bundle for here is the complete Godot software bundle for learning the Godot engine.
Well, rats and abandoning ship. They're like, anything, let's do it. Let's go. We'll throw
Yeah.
everything at this. Let's
Yep.
do this.
Yep. I thought it was
Like I heard,
Oh, go ahead.
I heard that the Cult of the Lamb devs have decided to just learn a whole new engine, port the game, and then like do more updates from there.
Yeah, that's what
Oh
they
yeah,
said.
yeah. They have announced that they're going to delete the game January 1st.
That apparently was a joke. That was a joke.
Oh, okay.
They are switching engines though.
Yeah, which doesn't surprise me. I have also... There's one company I'm curious to see how they'll react to it. I haven't seen their message boards, but I really need to. And that would be Battlestate Games, the creators of Escape from Tarkov.
Yeah.
Because Tarkov is such a spectacular fucking mess as it is. If they try to port that to another engine, the game's going to probably fall in on itself. It's already spaghetti code to hell.
Also, what was up with that one dude? Like, literally, the major's like,
I'm gonna
attack you
I'm
guys."
gonna attack you guys. Oh wait, I have to charge up first. Yeah. Also, I have a
I'm gonna
question.
attack. Solar beam.
Okay, I have a question because I've always wondered about this. Considering Tarkov is made by a Western developer team, like, I wonder how, like, we don't blame them for anything, but I wonder how much shit they've been getting for the past year or two.
Well, I don't
because
think they've gotten...
Is in session.
Oh, because of the war? I don't think they've gotten much shit directly, because enough people realize they're not directly related to this bullshit. However, indirectly, the Ukrainian war has killed the economy of Tarkov.
Not bad.
No, seriously, because they tied the value of the ruble in the game to the value of the actual Russian ruble.
What the fuck? Why would you do that?
Crazy. That's insane.
Because it seemed like a good idea at the time. The same thing happened with they have Bitcoin in the game. They tied that to the actual value of Bitcoin.
Oh god.
Well,
Idiots. Wow.
Tarkov.
The entire economy collapsed in a week, and everyone sat back laughing.
Yeah. Except them, probably.
Yeah, no, here's the thing. Nobody hates Tarkov more than the Tarkov player base.
Yeah.
Holy shit, that's a religious experience.
A lot of people are gonna get VR sets and go to Ghost of Tabor real fast.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm looking over at Marauders, which I've been playing lately, and it recently had a free weekend and a sale for a new update. That game is thriving.
Oh yeah.
Basically,
definitely.
it is thriving because it basically said, "Hi, we're like Tarkov in gameplay, but we're not like Tarkov in bullshit quantity."
We're in player base.
So, here's because I don't play Tarkov, so I want to know: do they just not listen to the fans, or do they just actively go out of their way to piss them off? Like,
Little column A, little column B, little column they have no idea what the fuck they're doing.
and yet somehow their game is so successful.
Well, it's because
I feel
the
more they
only
kind
thing
of bully
like
their player base into adjusting.
Yeah, it's playing Escape from Tarkov is very much a experience of Stockholm syndrome. And the problem is, people play it because there's literally nothing exactly like it. Like Tarkov, there are games that come close. Hunt Showdown comes close in some ways. Marauders comes really close in a lot of ways. But Tarkov, the specific thing is the gun mechanics and gunsmithing. The fact that you can take the ADAR, which is basically a Russian AR-15, and replicate any build. Like, if you own an AR-15, you've done a bunch of customizing and bubbifying, you can basically replicate that weapon in Tarkov.
Also,
Like-
I know Amina will get this. Some of y'all might too.
The battle lies before me.
Anytime someone basically gets pissed and says they're stepping away from Tarkov, the Tarkov devs, you'll be back. Soon you'll see. You'll remember you belong to me.
Yeah, that's about right.
Person uninstalls Tarkov. I wasn't aware that was a thing.
I wasn't aware that was
No, no.
something a person could do.
No, and then what happens next is person installs the SPT single player Tarkov mod. Tarkov, wait, that's illegal.
Yeah, wait, that's illegal. Wait, that's illegal. Caboose, throw the Caboose, throw
wait
that
a minute.
Caboose, throw that grenade. Throws grenade into wall. That was the worst throw I've ever seen Of all time. Not my fault. Someone put a wall in my way.
Yeah, facts.
I don't know what I don't know what happened to most of those guys. I do know Caboose's voice actor is now a very prominent person on VR chat. It actually has like his like. Even saw a TikTok of him because someone said, "Hey, I think I saw someone who looked like you in a VR chat server." And in character in VR chat, he's like, "Yes, that's me. My name is Private Caboose." And I'm like, "Wow, are you allowed to do that?"
I was about to say.
Rooster Teeth is kind of a shit show right now for a while, for the past couple years.
Oh yeah.
So...
Ruby has been getting progressively
worse.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I actually think someone summed up their. Someone summed up Rooster Teeth and Ruby's thing entirely when it said it was basically saying, you know, like. He was like, Ruby, Ruby developers, what about us? All this, you know, what about us? All this stuff we've been going through. And then it cuts to a scene of John from one of the new episodes. He goes like, what about you? It's always been about you. And it's just so, he's so angry. And I'm like, yeah, that sounds about right. They don't give a shit about anything else except that show. And most people don't like that show. So...
Yeah.
Also, there's been all the allegations, various kinds, and what I think, like, personally, in my own opinion, I would think that it would be a good idea for all the Achievement Hunter people to just take the show and leave and do that somewhere else without Rooster Teeth.
Yeah, jump ship.
Yeah, it's definitely better to bail.
Yeah.
Even a collaboration with DC couldn't save them. That's saying something.
Yeah.
That whole comic was weird.
It was so off, and it just aren't they doing a part 2 to the animated part that they did to it?
Yeah, there's 2 parts.
Why? Why? I can't wrap my hand around that as a smart business decision, as anything that anybody really wanted. It's like trying to have something on life support.
And it's also
Rooster Teeth hasn't exactly been great with decisions.
And it's also funny because then there was Ruby Chibi, which was actually very successful. People laughed at it and thought it was... I mean, it wasn't great, but at least it was okay. With some of the things they did, and some of the jokes they made, even at their own expense, were actually very well respected and liked. And then they just said, fuck it, we're shutting this down.
I think there was also their attempt at making a mecha.
Oh, yeah, what was it called?
Oh my god, they did try to make a mecha thing, didn't they?
Genlock or something.
Yeah, Genlock.
Yeah,
I heard the name, but I wasn't aware it was even a thing.
Now, here's the thing. It was, from what people have said, it was good, but compared to what they expected or what they needed, it was nowhere near good enough. So
there's been a lot of these like flashed in the pan moments from the early internet that have just fallen apart.
Yeah.
It's weird, but it does make me feel good to know that there's a few things from the good old days of the internet that are actually still sticking around to some extent, because so many other things just are falling apart, and it's kind of sad for childhoods.
Yeah, right. You watch your childhood trying to like stay relevant, and then they're like, all right, come on, just go along.
Yeah, I used to be relevant, you know. Okay, Granddad, whatever you say.
Okay, Grandpa.
I mean, the biggest example I have recently is, I don't know if any of you guys remember like the Rich Alvarez channel and Stupid Mario Brothers.
Not really.
Vaguely.
Back in the old days of YouTube, Rich Alvarez and Smosh were jockeying for number 1.
Yes, they were.
So that was that era.
Yeah.
And recently they brought back one of their old shows, YouTube News, with the original team, even though one of them lives several states away. They just said, okay, you're now our remote correspondent. So it's like occasionally there are a few things that are like, yeah, we're gonna keep at least some level of the magic, but a lot of stuff is just how do you do fellow kids? We're trying to stay desperately relevant.
Yeah, and then
it's the monkey that wrote Shakespeare.
Yeah, and then there are people who like who were like extremely successful during the early days of YouTube who have who have left and gone on to do their own thing and have kind of been successful in their own way. Like, good example. The first one that comes to mind anyway. Ray William Johnson abandoned Equals 3 after a long hiatus and handed it over to some other people, you know, and it immediately tanked without him there. like whoever took over afterwards, like it bombed. Now, to be fair, a lot of people point fingers and say it was the new host who crashed it, and they all point fingers saying, oh, it's because this woman took over and she wasn't funny. No, Ray has come forward and said the show was already dying. They knew that. It was already dying, but he was always a comedian at heart. That's what he wanted to be. So he left and went on to be a comedian. And handed it off to people who, again, at that point, he just wanted away from the project, really. And so he did. Now, Ray does comedy stuff, but what I mostly know him for the fact is that he kind of does a modern version of Equals 3 on TikTok, but mainly what he does is he just talks about, like, for example, he'll take any, like, whatever the rampant example of human stupid bullshit is going on, like bad behavior, people being stupid for stupid's sake, and he basically, rightfully so, rips people apart. Like, I remember there was this one woman who was having a meltdown about wearing a mask at an airport, and his response was, and I kid you not, was, I'm sorry, but last time I checked, when you show up at an airport, it's their rules against yours. You don't want to follow the rules? Don't go to the airport. But then again, given your fat ass, you're probably not going to be able to get on the plane anyway, so that might be the other reason they're keeping you away from the door. I'm just saying. But he even said at the end, he goes like, all jokes aside, if the damn airport people tell you wear a mask because you are getting on a cramped metal box that basically flies, wear the damn mask. If you don't want to wear it, then drive your ass to wherever you're going. I don't care. He goes like, hell, you need to drive to another, drive across the Pacific Ocean to go somewhere. Well, he goes like, I love what he said. He goes like, well, in that case, get in your car and drive into the ocean. Nobody will miss you when you're gone. Like, it's the fact that he's comedic and also pointing out the obvious for everybody, because if some people aren't going to say it, he will. And the other thing I feel really bad about the guy for is that, so there was a time where him and his buddies tried to get a band group going, and they did. They had Your Favorite Martian, which was like an animated band group. Problem is, they wanted to get a record deal going with a record company, and that record company, wow, like look,
they screwed them, didn't they?
Oh, more than no. See, screwing them would imply that it was a minor or major slight.
Sky. Zero.
Yeah.
Sky has to leave.
Okay, have a good one, Sky. Thanks for stopping by. I appreciate it.
Okay.
Bye, Sky.
I was trying to bounce out quietly. I didn't want to interrupt anybody, but yes, thank you so much for having me. It was fun.
No problem. You can swing by next week if you want. See ya.
I absolutely cannot wait for it, so I'll catch you guys later.
All right, see. So.
Yeah.
So this now, yes, implying they got screwed would imply that it was maybe a minor or a major slight. No. This was not being screwed over. This was being bent over and told to assume the position, basically. In this.
Oh no.
In this, this literally. If I recall correctly, because this was over a decade ago, but if I recall correctly,
Paladin never surrenders.
The thing basically said that the studio would have full control over the band, what they were allowed to play, what the characters could look like, all that kind of stuff. They would get majority of the profit from any of the band's sales, and here's the thing, probably where they overstepped, and because it was tied to Ray's YouTube channel, they wanted a cut of the YouTube revenue profit. In fact, they demanded they get part of it.
That's where you tell them to go fuck themselves.
Which they did. They were like, yeah, absolutely not. So the project died, unfortunately, and I feel really bad for them because they put a lot of time and effort into that.
Valuable lesson, folks. Record companies are fucking ghouls.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And annoyingly, the fact that they're so ghoulish indirectly is why one of my bucket list bands is a nightmare to fucking see in this country.
What's that?
So I don't know if you know the Max Payne series and control that.
Yeah.
Do you remember the end theme from Max Payne 2, Late Goodbye?
Yes.
Yeah.
Poets of the Fall are the guys behind that. They also did a couple songs for Alan Wake. Old Gods of Asgard, that's them.
Oh, neat.
Poets of the Fall is fucking phenomenal. They're a fully independent Finnish band, and just fantastic stuff. the last time they did a U.S. tour was in 2011, and they've said they'd love to do another one, but they just can't get the finance to do it because they're independent.
School is in session.
Because, coming over to America to do a tour involves basically giving your soul to Sticketmaster.
Yeah.
The battle lies before me.
It's the same thing with Sabaton, because Sabaton has tons of American fans, but they rarely come to the States to perform. And I mean, that's mainly because they're also a Swedish band. But it was like one of the things I heard them say that it's the same thing. They would need the funding to do an American tour. And even though I think Joachim himself said it best, we know we have a large American following. We know there's tons of fans in the United States who would love for us to tour, but we don't have the funding, or we probably wouldn't even get the money back to go on a tour like that. And not to mention, they'd have to go all over the country, which, that's hard to do. So, like, for example, it's one of those things where, if they're going to play in the Southeast, they're going to go to Atlanta. They're not going to go anywhere else. They'll go to Atlanta, which is a shame because there are other places you could perform, but none of them are, big enough for that.
Yeah. So, when my friends and I went to see them last year, we had to go all the way down to Boston for that.
Yeah, so...
Which was an awesome show, but it was a tough trip because Boston's a pain in the ass.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't got all day.
Door!
On a, speaking of...
Don't worry, Stefan, I got this place for you.
Yeah. On another note, speaking of Boston, because I want to mention this. So, if anyone has been to or lives in Boston, you know Boston's road network is a shit show. It is. It's a shit show.
Yes, it is.
So, funny thing that... Did you know... So, if you have grown up in Boston or know of Boston, this is going to make you very upset. So, the thing is, there was a time where Boston was going to have the same grid-like road system that New York has. So it would be easy to navigate, easy to get around, because the guy who came up with the New York grid system was a man named Gouverneur Morris. He was actually one of America's founding fathers. Good friends with Alexander Hamilton, was a French ambassador, all that kind of stuff. He did a lot of crazy shit. But he was the one who came up with the New York grid-style road system. He then tried to pass that idea off to Boston. And the Bostonians basically told him to go fuck himself. They weren't interested in anything a New Yorker had to offer them. Which, funny how that works, huh? Because
that surprises me not at all.
Yeah. Excuse me. Yeah, excuse me. Jules, was it?
Yeah, I heard about you, Narma. Glad to have you with us.
You are Sayonari, like me.
Why are you saying goodbye to me? Well, I was born in Sayuna, but adopted by Viridian parents after the Succession War. Really lucked out there.
Perhaps it was luck, and perhaps the gods have better designs for your life, Jules. Tell me, have you been to our homeland since your adoption?
Sadly, no, but I'd really like to someday.
Please reconsider, or at least consult with me before setting foot in Sayuna.
Oh, why? I hear it's a wondrous place.
You got sitars and everything.
That it is, but we live in difficult times now. Our homeland is not what it once was. Jules, we Sayonari must stick together in these times. Just promise you will consult me before doing anything rash.
We need to make Sayuna great again.
Oh my god.
I make no apologies.
You don't have to, because you're basically right. But
listen, I just think we shouldn't trust Jules anymore. I'm voting him off the island.
I'll vote Michael off the island.
It's very funny that it's just Jules in this scene. There's no, hey, I have a sister too. What sister?
Yeah, what
it's just
sister?
You and me, Jules.
Sure thing, Narma.
No, surely we're not talking about the sister who can talk to dragons. It's not like that's actually that's not important or anything.
Definitely not important.
Yeah, definitely not important at all.
Excuse me while I go pull on my necktie until it hurts. I appreciate having such a dedicated friend so soon after meeting.
The honor is mine, Jules. Dinar be with you. So we have a Blade Master class, which I think she's the only member of that class, I think.
Okay.
Zaruk's bold action results both in victory and in calamity. The storm left Zaruk's ships heavily damaged, forcing them far off course. His fleet runs aground at the swamp-filled region north of Lemelin.
Oh,
God
wow.
damn, how big was that? How strong was that storm? And then you remember that. Oh wait, didn't they use a hurricane on the map?
Mm-hmm.
That would explain it. Then.
Wenchween.
Yeah, this region is full of valuable resources, but the working conditions are harsh. The swamp contains plantations operated by slaves enforced by the Tide Reavers. Both the mercenaries and the unforgiving terrain lie between Zaruk's army and their destination, the monastery at Lemelin. Zaruk will have to make the choice between his own mission and the liberation of the oppressed people in these lands.
Hey guys, guess what?
Alright.
Okay.
Now we're...
Yep.
Stand
Support
up.
time.
Stretch.
Oh boy. This should be
boy.
fun. Failed
bother.
pickup artist part 1.
You see, that's the thing. I never fail.
You know, do I need to break out the clip from our first playthrough where he literally where we made the joke? Check it out. You can see where his heart shatters into 1,000 pieces. Do I need to bring that up?
I don't remember that. That seems like a myth.
Yeah.
Fake.
Yeah. Yes.
That is fake news.
Can I help you?
I'm simply greeting a new friend among us. Let me express my pleasure in bringing you into our little band of misfits.
Thank you. I'm grateful to be out of my former situation.
And I must say I'm grateful to have the scenery greatly improved with your arrival.
Also, I just noticed Stefan is wearing a Medal of Valor around his neck, I think.
I'm on while I vomit in the corner.
Scenery. How flattering.
You know, you do seem a little out of sorts. Did you bump your head when you fell from heaven?
Oh my god.
No!
By Dinar. That was just pathetic.
Just like my heart, every day it lives on without you.
We have just met. How does that make any sense? Has this tripe ever worked?
Nice try, but a magician never reveals his tricks.
I will just see myself out.
By all means. May the wind be at your back.
Sure.
I'm gonna start crying now.
God, it's so bad.
My heart.
My heart. I loved her. Where? Where? I need to wait. Do y'all think we could? God. Okay. Bad idea. But okay, it's a good idea. Bad idea. Do you guys think we could get someone to do an emote of Stefan doing the where meme?
Yes.
Yeah.
Crawling in my skin. These wounds, they do not heal.
Making emo poetry in the corner. See, hey, Narima, how'd you end up hanging around the Tide Reavers? When the Tide Reavers raid your hometown, kill all the men, and take all the women and children, one must find a way to survive. Tide Reavers have been my whole life. Sounds familiar. Doing anything at all just to see another day. Yes, seems your succession war made life hard for a great many, in both your country and in mine. Sayuna, right? A young Viridian knows my country. Unusual. Guess your features just seem familiar. My good friend Jules was adopted by a wealthy family in Viridia, but he's an orphan from Sayuna. You two could be cousins, perhaps. Jules? Yes, I have seen him among your cohort, so innocent and unspoiled by the evils of our world. What's the matter? It is nothing. Well, anyway, glad to have you among us, Narima. I'm sure your knowledge of the Tide Reavers will come in handy.
He has that, as you call, golden retriever personality.
Yeah. That's
And
not
his
a
sister.
Yeah. What sister? Everyone just forgets about his sister. About Abigail.
Wait, I have a sister?
Oh, one Sayonari. Don't you mean two? No, I mean one.
I mean one.
What did I do to you? You're a woman. You're also a woman? And?
Let's see.
Well, we still
Alright,
have
tech tree
enough
time.
jewels.
Let's see.
We still are healthy on gems. I don't think we need to actually buy
Yeah, we don't need any
anymore.
more gems right now.
Every day we get one step closer to the almighty musket.
Every day it's a getting closer. Going faster than a roller coaster. Lights the cannonball and fires it.
Just in the darkness, a match lights showing jewels in front of a cannon. The match goes out.
No. What you no for that you need the have you seen oh god, you know what? Hang on. I will show you. No. I will show you exactly what it looks like for Jules with his perspective. Hold on.
Okay,
I will show you. Give me a minute.
Is this where we realize that Jules and what's her name, that little girl from Grandia are?
No.
Oh. That it's revealed that that's the sister, and suddenly it all makes sense.
If Sue was his sister, I'd be very afraid.
Like, well, everyone's dead now.
All right.
I mean, she is the Blood Empress.
Okay. So here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna show y'all. I'm pretty sure the sound will play, but you can see it on stream. So let me turn this on.
Okay.
Yep.
Beware, I have my soundboard ready for whatever.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
Can y'all see my Oh, it's not working, I don't think. Damn. Alright, hold on.
Oh.
Oh, it's not because the game's in the way. Shoot. Hold on, I can fix that too. Hold on. There we go.
I can fix
Just
this.
for yeah, here we go. This is Jules. This is what it's like for Jules. Check this out. You're welcome. Wait, it gets better.
Uh-oh.
Where's Jules, you say? Right here. Just stand in front of the cannons. Just
goddamn, look at it.
Talking
So happy when people are dying.
What to say, I'll say it anyway.
No, and the song, like, I guess y'all didn't hear the audio.
Oh no, I did.
Yeah, it's that. I'm just gonna put it in non-speakers. Yeah, that's Jules. That's Jules. That's Jules when he gets all of his cannons. Jules, buddy, I know you're happy to have all your setup, but is the dancing necessary? It is the dance of celebration. Do you see how many enemies fall at my hands? Yes, a concerning amount, Jules.
Bye, Crazy.
All right, see you later,
Hi,
Captain Crazy. Hey, Mouse, how you doing? By the way, I should let y'all know, Mouse wants me to, Mouse looked at the subathon thing and wants me to play Alien Isolation. So.
Oh yeah, that'd totally be done.
And I told him, I was like, well, if we can get to 70 subs and the community votes on it, fine. But yeah, we are currently at for the September. We are currently at 49, so we're 21 away from that.
So if you want to make Zaruk do something you want him to do, then
you stop
give
that.
more subs.
You stop that. You stop that right now.
Let's see here. Just to say, here's me just slipping down a sub. There you go.
Thanks, Mr. Born Dwarf. Thank you. Hold on a minute. Can we?
I'm just saying, it's still September.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Also, I just
At
realized.
least to 50.
Also, I
50
just
should be your goal.
Yeah.
Oh, that cues the karaoke ASMR thing.
Yep. So now I have a karaoke or an ASMR stream. The community gets to vote on which one it is.
Karaoke.
I mean, can't you get in trouble for doing that on
No,
Twitch, though?
Yeah, that's a good point. Twitch
ASMR of Laz screaming for 20 minutes.
is...
I mean, I'm
No.
sure we could get it done.
Is there ASMR history reading?
Yeah, that might be kind of fun. I'm not gonna lie.
That actually would work too.
What kind of ASMR? Is it just like reading, or is it just like?
No, it'll just be quiet reading. Me just quietly reading something. I'm not gonna scratch a microphone. That's weird. I don't do. No, look.
it would be done correctly, not done basically for
weird stuff.
Yeah, let's just say that it's a little saturated on YouTube these days.
It is.
For the wrong reasons.
Now, granted, there are people who are really good at it. Like,
oh yeah.
People like Ephemeral Rift is really good at it. Let's see. I'm trying to think of some of the other. Fred's Voice ASMR is really good at it. By the way, for those who don't know him, Fred's Voice is the guy who can literally do his hair and makeup to look like not only Thor, but Obi-Wan Kenobi. And he's such a Star Wars nerd that every one of his videos has a Star Wars quote hidden in it somewhere.
Nice.
Damn.
A surprise to be
Hello
sure.
there.
A surprise to be sure, but a welcome one. Alright, so I'm thinking if she's going to become a sword master, I'm thinking we're going to need, maybe we'll go crossbowman, because it'd be good to have some crossbowmen.
Why don't we... I actually was about to say, why don't we make Narima the crazy cat lady?
That's actually a good point. We could do that, actually.
We're taking away your cats.
Well, no. Yeah. Well, actually, no. We can put, what's her name? We can put Manolin in Narima's squad.
That's true.
Because the cats are probably more familiar with her anyway, so...
Probably disband... You're gonna have to disband Madeleine's squad then.
Done.
Okay.
Alright, so let's see. I don't know if she's got enough for, she might. So let's see. The crazy cat lady and her apprentice. Okay, we don't have enough. We need a bit more capacity, so we need more leadership. I think we have a, hold on, I think we have another...
A Medal of Valor.
Yeah, we've got a Medal of Valor right here. There you go. That should be enough, I hope. Yes, it is. Good. So...
It's very funny.
There we go.
Like, yes, Narima's going to be the only arc at the same time. I mean, look at that.
Mm-hmm.
That's a pretty scary... That is a pretty scary ambusher army.
Yeah, no kidding. We still have some archers that can be deployed right now, but the main thing I also want to do is give Stefan some more assassin, or another assassin, because Ingram and... Hey, Bert. Hey, Bert. Hey, Bert.
Hey, man.
Hey, Bert. Hey, Bert.
Bert.
Hey, Bert, watch me do a square dance. I'm sorry, I grew up, like, I didn't grow up watching Sesame Street, but I played a lot of the games as, like, a little kid, so I'm always familiar with the whole, hey, Bert.
Rubber ducky.
Yeah, Rubber Ducky, you're the one. Yeah. Let's see.
Give me the levels. I deserve the levels.
You get one.
That's still a lot more than I deserved.
Mainly what I want to do is give, use some of our strength stuff on Diana. We've got one, so...
The roast beef of might.
Yeah, the roast beef of might.
Beef.
Alright, so let's see. Marketplace. The salmon of health. Which, to be fair, that's actually not a joke. Salmon is actually really good for you. So...
I love salmon.
There's also a mythological salmon of wisdom.
Yes, there is.
Yeah.
That the person who consumed it could only see the wisdom of the universe by sucking their thumb. That is not a joke.
He burned his fingy on the fish oil and so
put it in his mouth. Yeah.
Well, there are weirder things I've heard. I mean, I am a D&D player.
Did you add the extra thief?
He doesn't have enough leadership for him.
Oh, okay.
I do, but there is one thing I do want to give Stefan, because I think he has the trait. He has a space for traits. He does. I want to give him, where is it? This one, Smite. Which, what is it? Unit does 50% more damage to rogues, assassins, and magicians units. And considering that this motherfucker does teleporting attacks, yeah, all the more reason. We could also give
your backline.
Oh! Actually,
That's
you
a
know
little
what?
bit better.
That's a better one. Executioner.
I would just like to say I also want more traits. Zaruk!
Do you know how to read? Well, do you know how to read? Well, do you?
That's a very funny question.
No, it's not. If you can read the scrolls yourself. You figure it out.
Diana, Zaruk's bullying me.
I taught you how to read, and
Then go read.
Oh, I'm the only option.
Barnabas, can we go get a drink?
I love how
you're
that's
trying to make me learn how to read.
to
You know how to read.
Don't worry.
No, I
buddy.
don't.
Don't worry,
Uh-oh.
buddy.
I was elected to lead,
Not to read.
We
I was President Schwarzenegger. That is me. I was elected to lead, not to read. Sir, I think you've gone mad with power. Of course I have. You ever tried going mad without power? It's boring. Nobody listens to you.
Crazy? I was crazy once.
Don't. No. No. No, 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 no. I know where this is going. Don't even fucking think about it.
I'm thinking about it, sir.
See.
Thinking really hard.
There you go.
It doesn't bother me. It doesn't bother me. It bothers me.
No, it bothers me. It bothers me a lot. And that one's still green. I'm gonna do a real quick arena fight. Why the fuck are we at bronze level and they have guns? What is this?
Well, they never said that they had to be good with the guns.
I mean, that's fair, but still.
I mean, the one time
I have a murder stick.
the one time it's appropriate to bring a knife to a gunfight when the person you're fighting is hopeless with a gun.
Well, that or you're right behind them.
Yeah. Okay, yeah,
Right
it's nothing.
behind
It's
you.
nothing but gunners. So as good as they are, that puts them at a disadvantage. Because, yeah,
The minute a melee unit actually comes
Yeah.
to meet them.
who wants to go catch us a spy? Right
For my
behind
people,
you.
for my homeland. How can I help, my lord?
It's basically, yeah.
Getting real thirsty here.
Where am I needed?
We will always find a way. Oh, sorry. Did you need something? I must stay strong.
Yeah, speaking of guns,
I was terrified that was the gunner for a second. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm like,
How can he
Dear
shoot
God,
so
they
far
can-
away? But yes. Oh, go ahead, Josiah. Sorry.
I just gotta make a smile comment about the D&D Artificer class.
You mean the class
Oh.
that we're probably not going to get in Baldur's Gate?
Oh, definitely not, because that would be even more broken.
Yeah.
But
I
yeah,
got
it's
it
like
modded.
there are two ways to play Artificer. There's the boring way, and then there's the I catch gun way.
Yeah, basically.
Well, there's one more way.
Oh,
9 to 5 salesman who's stressed as hell.
oh, so you're just playing Larry from Pokemon?
Yes.
All right, let me ask you guys something. This is for
didn't see
everyone. This
this
is even
one
for
coming.
y'all in the chat. If you could add anything to Baldur's Gate 3, what would it be and why?
2 more levels.
You know why they're not giving you more than level 12, right?
Yeah, level 7 spells are ridiculous.
Meta says the Pathfinder 2nd Edition rule set.
Straightforward.
Okay.
Because Dragon
Okay,
Rider.
one. Yes, Pathfinder
Good
is a
joke.
better
Stay strong,
system,
everyone.
but at the same time, we have to work within 5 minutes. I think I would try to fix Dragonborn.
Fix? What do you mean fix them?
Okay, so the Fizzbands book is a lot better because one, they make
Oh yeah, that's true.
they make the breath they make the breath attack a bonus action.
Yeah, that's
And
true.
yes, recently they did make it so that they scale. But also at the same time, there is Dragonborn do have the ability to just for one turn become immune to a certain damage type. So
Yeah.
A
Yeah.
paladin never surrenders.
That poor gunner.
Those dragoons, yeah.
The one gunner hit the one person he shouldn't have.
Oh dear. I'm in danger! That one guy. I'm in danger! And then Diana crushed his skull.
Don't say. Okay, I have to say it. I mean, that one at least made sense. He aimed for the biggest target.
Yeah, for me, I want to see, for one, I kind of wish they'd given us different subclasses to work with. Not saying the ones we got are bad, but, I wish they could have given us a bit more.
Yeah.
And then I also want to see, I want to see more races. I want to see kobolds. I want to see tabaxi. I want to see, now granted, the reason they started with what we got is because the ones that we got are actually very, you'll actually see them around Baldur's Gate or in the Forgotten Realms. For example...
Except for Githyanki.
Yeah, except for the Githyanki, but they're plot relevant. So...
Yeah.
Hold it. I actually have to interject. What? Now, this is, the most non-existent spoiler. It's about Act 1, beginning of the Act Asterion. Is that okay?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
The reason we can't have kobolds is because Asterion canonically eats them.
Oh, that is true. He has openly admitted that he eats kobolds. That is true. But the other thing is that, for example, we're not going to see Leonin because Leonin are from Theros, so they're not going to be at Baldur's Gate.
I was very sad that you couldn't play goblins.
Yeah.
I think you can't romance any of the goblins either.
I have to even no. You know what? Out of all the weird things you can romance in this game,
Bear.
from mind flayers to a fucking bear, you can't even romance
first of
a
all,
goblin.
that bear is like the big druid man, which is why
I know.
He's a bearkin. He's a bear.
Yeah, he turns into a bear during the whole time. So yes, it's the bear thing. But still, you can't at least romance a goblin. Why? Is it because we have to kill the goblin? I mean, yeah, sure, but you could, there's always a chance you could, probably save a goblin, probably romance a goblin, or any other race.
Why are y'all so interested in the goblins?
Short stacks.
Zaruk, you know damn well.
They had no right to make them that thick.
That's okay.
Zaruk, look at yourself.
First of all, I am an imp, not a goblin. Second of all,
You're still a short stack.
Yeah, I see your point.
You're still a short stack.
No, I see your point, and I acquiesce. You are correct. Fair enough.
The time to act now.
Oh, someone clipped this argument.
Yeah, probably the thing.
Just a small lovers' quarrel. That's all.
Probably the thing we're gonna get.
Where I'm right.
More than likely, the things we're gonna get are things like we're gonna get. We already have heard we're gonna get Tabaxi. We know that. At some point, we will get Tabaxi. But then, I'm hoping for kobolds. Again, there are some more subclasses I wish we can have. Give me my swashbuckling rogue, damn you.
Oh my god, swashbucklers would be so nice.
I think
they put in Drake Warden, I'll play it for sure.
Repent,
I think,
the righteous.
To be honest, instead of Valor Bard, they could have just taken the Whispers Bard or an Eloquence Bard.
Mm-hmm.
Just okay, yeah, I get it. Or at least another kind of odd, a gimmicky bard, I guess.
Where am I needed?
Instead of because we already have the lore bard for magic and the sword for fighting. I don't like the Valor one because Valor isn't it. Because honestly, swords is a lot better than Valor in a lot of ways.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, it's the only thing Valor actually.
Did you need something?
Wait. Okay. I'm gonna add on to this real quick because I need to mention this. This is probably gonna get clipped. but I'm going to mention
Okay.
it. Who here is aware of the I only know of this because of what one of my friends told me about it. Who here is aware of the Dad Bod Dragonborn mod?
I mean, I'm aware of the fact that somebody basically made your Italian dad as a character, and the entire goal was to stop the horny shenanigans.
No. So what this does is it basically gives the Dragonborns like these, how do I put it? Like these Prima Vista like dad bods. So, you know, jacked upper body, you know, dad bods basically. And it also makes it so you can basically go through the game shirtless, even if you're wearing armor. But the thing is, here's the funny part. So the game doesn't have a mod system yet. Most mods are just, you know, custom worked with. And Larian Studios has said that a mod manager or a mod system is coming. So these people had to do this coding by hand to do this. Naturally, this was a furry who did this. Duh! But the funny thing about it is that the guy's not just doing that, he's also tweaking the game in certain ways. For example, one of the things he's doing is he's taking unused dialogue to people reacting to seeing a Dragonborn, because Dragonborns are exceedingly rare in the area around Baldur's Gate. They are very rare. You might see a few, but you're not going to see a lot of them. So they're very rare. So what he's doing is he's not only adding that to the game where people will react to seeing a Dragonborn, he's doing like the Dragonborn dad bod thing, and he's tweaking the magic system. He's doing it so, in his own words, he has said there are certain abilities and spells in 5e that can stack that are not stackable in this game. I'm fixing that. So,
Oh, like what?
I don't remember what he said. I do know that he's basically cheating because some of the things he's modding to stack can't be stacked and should not be stacked. But for example,
God's intention has no place here.
for example, one of them. So to give you an idea of some of the things he's doing, he's making it so you can multicast shield on multiple people, like, you know, during an attack. Which that was like, wow, that's kind of busted, but all right. There's one of them where he's allowing you to cast, like, because I don't remember how you can do this, but you can. There is a way so you can cast 2 fireballs at once, like one after the other. Yes, and Meta's right. He's also, yes, he was doing a thing so enlarge and reduce will stack on people. But the problem is,
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, but the problem is he's openly admitted that can shatter games because, remember, there's no mod manager yet. There's no mod system. So the game has to find ways to basically play catch up with whatever you're doing. And yeah, it will basically, as he's tested it and said, it literally almost made my computer explode. So
the good news is the devs are actually fully supportive of this kind of bullshit.
Yes, they are.
Like they've gone on record saying the fact that people came up with Owlbear from the top rope means they felt like they had succeeded in properly translating D&D.
Or making the satchel charge, which is my favorite thing to do.
Yep.
And for those who don't know what a satchel charge is, it's literally take anything breakable like a backpack or a chest or something, load it full of explosive powder, alchemist fire, grease, whatever you can put in it, throw it at somebody, and then throw it from a high place so it'll break, or throw it and smash it. Congratulations, you've just made an explosive bomb. So, have fun with that.
Oh, so that fucking reminds me. I talked about the Artificer mod before.
Uh-huh.
Oh, yeah.
And the people who go over it very much left out a little quirk in that you can just obliterate yourself and your entire party on command.
What?
And so, you can create Artificer infusions at 2nd level. One of these infusions that you can choose is a Bag of Holding.
Uh-oh.
Zaruk can already see where this is starting to go.
Uh-oh. I see where
You
this
can
is
cast
going.
that one twice.
Oh, no.
Every other infusion has a once per long rest limit.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
If you cast Bag of Holding twice, you create a Bag of Holding in the Bag of Holding.
That's a
no.
That's a fucking black hole.
It sends 9999 damage.
Yeah.
And sends things to the astral realm.
Yep, you've literally made a black hole. Congratulations.
Congratulations,
And-
you have a black hole gun.
I was reading description. I turned to my friends and I go, "Hey, you need to get everyone as far from me as you can right now, because I need to test something. I'm quick saving."
And then you die. And then you died and got sucked into the astral plane.
Thought he was gone.
Yeah, gone, reduced to atoms.
You think we need more horsemen?
In time we'll get some, but for right now we don't really have a need for horsemen.
Ah, okay.
That's what Barnabas is training. These guys are going to be, every time they get assigned to Barnabas, they're going to be horsemen. So.
Okay.
But yes, congratulations. You've literally made a pocket. You've made a black hole that will open briefly, suck you into the astral plane, and then close.
And it's in a 10. It's in a 10-foot radius.
Which is terrifying.
So what I'm hearing is you create the first bag of holding, yeet it at the boss, then create the second one and run.
Nah, you have to cast it on a person, usually an ally. So.
You basically
you have to self-target.
You have to sacrifice an ally. I mean, to be fair, there's actually in D&D itself, there's a necklace you can wear that when you use the command word, it'll actually teleport you to the astral plane. I literally, no joke. In one game I was playing with, me and some buddies were fighting a really tough enemy. I actually pulled a Kung Fu Panda on him, grappled the guy, and then literally said the word of the astral necklace and was like, skadoosh, and teleported myself to the astral plane with him, let go, and let him drift to the astral plane while I went back to my friends. So
that person died by whale.
Yeah. Narima,
That ended up turning into a primate librarian for a very dysfunctional college.
Mm-hmm. Narima, you mentioned you were familiar with these lands. Looks pretty treacherous. These winds were not kind to us, Saruk, for this is a very inhospitable place. There's little room to maneuver an army through the swamp, but the land on the other side of the mountains is clear. We can't let the Tide Reavers get away with their slave trade. We have a chance to stop them here. You wish to cross through the swamp? Yes, but we'll cover more ground if we split up. Diana, can you lead a group on the east? Shit, that's a typo. Can you lead a group on the east side of the mountains?
Your judgment has not failed us thus far. Yes, please decide who will go with me.
Now, I'm throwing my hat in the ring. I'll go on the so much more treacherous side with Diana. Please?
Oh, hush.
Yeah, he's going with her. Don't worry.
Fuck. I'm sorry, Zaruk, but every time I've gone with you, you've gotten me killed.
That's fair. You have more than enough wounds to prove that you should be with Diana. Diana, make sure if he gets hurt, make sure you're there to heal him. I'm not saying he's not gonna get hurt, but you know.
Here I thought he wanted to come.
Sorry, my internet just crashed. I'll be right back. I'm gonna see if I want to prevent this from happening again, so I'll be right back.
All right, we'll be waiting.
Back up. Yep.
Here's back up.
Folks, please stand by. Zaruk is about to commit violent acts upon his router.
Yeah, violence!
The cause of and solution to all of life's problems.
Time for some percussive maintenance. The best kind.
Emergency Repair Protocol 1. Get the hammer.
Anyway,
I joke, but a buddy of mine works for IT for the local hospital network. And he has said the rule there is, step 1, reboot. Step 2, hammer.
I have heard...
That reminds me of a video I saw of like someone just like looking at like a messed up TV and then stabbing it with a fork, and then suddenly being stabbed with a fork fixes the image.
You know, you joke, but back when I was a kid, we had one of the old like big tube TVs. And occasionally the picture would just flatline, like it'd turn into just a flat, bright line on the screen instead of actual, TV picture. You know what the solution to it was? Smack it really hard on the side.
Yep.
Do it a couple times and the picture would come back. And we basically did that until we had the money to get a new TV.
Alright, so, Did you actually hear about what with Total War Warhammer?
Oh, what happened?
Well, the new DLC came out, and everyone is angry about it.
What did they do this time?
Well, shit's buggy as all hell, and they want you to pay as much money as they did last DLC, which was an entirely new race with all and stuff to add, without them actually going any of the standards with only just upgrading a few groups. And the people that they said that they were going to upgrade, like, you know, the Empire's issues of always getting surrounded by all of these people, yeah, they haven't fixed that at all.
You expected them to fix something?
Oh yeah, also they add and that doesn't help that the Changeling is added, so chaos factor. Oh, near the Empire borders. So that's another chaos faction that's already messing around up north near the Empire. To also the really crazy thing about the Changeling's broken in some ways, because his ability is he can copy any general he's ever encountered. So if you have a really just naturally strong champion, let's just say, well, I don't know.
Hey, y'all are still here, right?
Dragon.
Yeah, we're still
we're still here.
Okay, so for some weird reason, Discord has decided it's still on its loading thing, so I can't see y'all anymore.
Oh no.
We can see you.
Yeah, we can see you.
Yeah.
You might
Well, yeah. I mean, not on stream. I mean Discord. Hold on.
Weird.
I still see you.
Yeah, hold on. Let me see if I can get it fixed.
Discord. It only barely works, and yet still better than Skype.
Yeah. Funny that.
But let's just say, the Changeling has fought, one of the Dragon Lords. So yeah, the Changeling can actually turn it fought. And those guys are stupidly powerful generals that can transform, and he can copy all of their abilities and all of their bonuses.
Huh. Okay, so Discord is not loading for me at all.
Oh no.
It says you're online
Oh,
on
no.
my end.
Yeah, it just says it's just going through. You know what? Screw it. Y'all can hear me. Y'all can see me. I'm not even gonna worry about it at this point. Screw it.
Yeah, you can
We'll
hear
do
us
it live.
too.
Yeah, we'll do it live. So
OBS is okay, right?
yes. So I don't know what happened. Regardless, it should be working now. Again, that's what happens when everyone is on a. That's what happens when your internet provider has exclusivity in your area. Thanks, WoW Internet. So, yeah.
World of Warcraft gives you internet?
No, WoW. WoW
Well,
is
actually, why it's so bad.
Yeah, WoW is the name of an internet provider where I live. So
It could be worse. It could be Comcast.
yeah, it could be a lot worse. Anyway,
I was about to say,
get to it.
This is why I don't trust the alliance with that. This is why I don't trust the alliance.
Har 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 har.
You're Yeah, well, Horde people aren't in a position to talk when you literally have a psychopathic dark elf as your leader.
I must be brave.
She's hot?
Yeah,
No,
pretty
she's
hot.
not.
Internet?
She's a literal psychopath.
You know what? I really shouldn't be. I'm still surprised that Tauren are still part of the Horde.
I mean, the cow people.
Yeah. What?
Yeah.
I like my cows.
Hey, don't have a cow, man.
Honestly, throughout that whole thing is the only reason the certain races are still there is because, oh yeah, we don't actually want to go through the process of, being able to switch sides.
I must.
I mean, we know the real reason why they're still apart. It's because Blizzard can't be bothered to try and code in a changing sides.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I kind of turned off of WoW after that. This is just a really stupid lore. And they got even And then Shadowlands just made me even, like, more distance from the thing.
Yeah, and not to mention the fact that, like, again, I don't know a lot about the lore, but I'm pretty sure, like, in most cases, the only reason people don't join the Alliance is because they don't like that the Alliance has rules.
Okay, so...
I'm sorry, but
order
murdering
to-
allies is frowned upon in this establishment.
Well, no, okay, so in order for them to quote-unquote hate the Alliance has to have this whole image of, we're a bunch of we're a bunch of people that are very wary of new groups that have formed. Because, you know, obviously a group that has been known to be violent in the past, and we are very wary about them being friendly with us now.
And yet they accepted the war again with no problem.
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, hold on. To be fair, can you think of any, like, be honest, can you think of any fantasy setting or IP where humans are as racist as they are in WoW? Because they are extremely racist in WoW. Like, they are.
There's a couple of settings where they are racist. I'm not sure how it compares.
I mean, where do they fall on the racist scale?
Let's see.
In other fantasy stories.
Let's see. So for WoW, going off of like what happened in Warcraft, in some of the Warcraft 3 DLCs, we know that some humans literally see elves as beneath them. I'm trying to think, like
usually that's the other way around.
Yeah, not in this case. Like I forgot what they're called. Like what are they called? I forgot the dude's name.
You're taking Garethos, yeah.
Something like that. The guy who was like, he was loyal to the Alliance, but then after getting pushed and shoved around by the Alliance army so much and being ridiculed.
Oh!
Yeah.
Kel'Thas Sunstrider, yeah.
Yeah. Sell him in a shot! Yeah, him. The guy who literally got pushed around so much and just basically said, no, I will not be treated like a slave and bullied when I'm fucking elven royalty. Fuck you. And he basically attacked and murdered a lot of Alliance soldiers, which turned him, like, granted, they should have died, like, they deserved it, but, yeah. But, again, there's a lot of humans in the Alliance that are really, really fucking racist. Like, uncomfortable amounts of it. Look, there's gonna be racism in any setting. There has to be, or else your setting's gonna be looked at and people are gonna be like, wow, that's... Like, I'm not saying there needs to be racism in a setting, but it's not like everyone's going to be hunky-dory with everyone. There are going to be some people who don't agree.
Yeah, there has to be tension between groups.
Mm-hmm. So...
Yeah, but there are places that handle it better.
Yes, but...
Yeah.
But the problem is in WoW, a lot of humans are just openly racist. And it is like... It's a little uncomfortable, I'm not going to lie.
That's the thing, actually. It's like... You know what's really funny? There are so many times that both sides have gone against whatever we've agreed to, like anything that's been established, because yeah, we need to have a reason that we're not friends anymore.
Yeah.
Despite, you know, us working together because we both agree that the world is worth saving.
Yeah, also, Meta makes a good point. The Warhammer 40k humans are the most racist in all of existence. So
this is true.
Yeah, when your motto is suffer not
beware the alien, the mutant, the heretic. Yeah.
Yeah. Like, jeez.
No.
Fire!
Suffer not the pervert to live.
Actually,
Suffer not the Rule 34 to live.
Actually, that's a good point. Meta makes a good point. How many times has the Alliance been called in to help the Horde kill their own insane leader? Has it been twice or more than that?
Twice. And you know what? It's usually the reasonable people that were instilled later that did that. And when we asked about that, they just said it's reasons.
Yeah.
Reasons. Okay. Also, that's also another thing that I'm really, like, pissed off about, because the Horde can never seem to agree with what's going on.
Well, that's kind of one of the reasons why the Horde is such an interesting faction, is because it is made of, like, some of the most tribal and physically powerful races out there, and surprisingly, you know, they are able... Hey, it's Raskuja. We'll get to him in a minute.
Yeah.
We'll get to him in a minute. But yeah, that's the thing about the Horde is that they're able to have some form of democracy where they're all able to gather and at least discuss things. In all honesty, that's kind of one of the reasons I think the Horde is more realistic, because they never agree on anything.
Yeah.
But see, the thing is, you've got the Alliance that can usually agree on something, but it's usually because they have someone holding all of the power, like the Rin family, who are usually the ones calling a lot of the shots. Where with the Horde, that's the thing. Even if the Horde get a leader, they're basically unstoppable if they get a leader. But the leader has to be good. Whereas the Alliance needs a leader, but they can do well without one. But that's the thing. The trade-off is the Alliance has their tactics and their abilities that gives them advantages, whereas the Horde, if they get a leader, it's like an orc wah. Good luck stopping them if they've got a good leader. That's the thing.
Supposed to be, yeah.
Even more dangerous if they get a shitty leader.
Yeah, like Sylvanas. But
I mean, to be fully fair to Sylvanas, she's only been written as more stupid because they want her to be a raid boss.
Yeah, well, she should have died at the end of Wrath of the Lich King. It would have been... No,
she did! No,
and then they brought her back. I know.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm getting better.
By literally fucking... By literally fucking over everyone else.
Yeah, it's... Blizz has the same disease that Games Workshop had for a long time, which is, if we move the story forward, it's going to break things and make it so people can't just continue on the status quo, which means they will give us less money, so we can't progress the story.
Okay, first of all, wait, hold on, Meta. I'm calling bullshit on that, because that's not fair to Chris Metzen, because here's the thing. Chris Metzen had no say in how StarCraft 2 ended. That was not his choice. Chris Metzen is the creator of StarCraft. He didn't have a lot of say in how the story for StarCraft 2 was written. So
he didn't write Sylvanas' story. That's enough.
Yeah.
Like, yes, Chris Metzen is behind a lot of things, but he was not behind everything. Actually, I think the last thing he ever worked on was Legion.
Yep.
And
also,
that's when they
Yeah. Anyway, I want to read this, and then I want to tell you something cool about Chris Metzen, because it's actually my favorite fact about him. These lands are not suited for the city-dwelling humans. This one is Raskuja, and for small fee of 3,000 gold coins, Raskuja will become your guide and protector. 3,000.
I don't want your skooma.
Yeah, 3,000 for one mercenary. Blue-haired humans has not met Balaktor, We become mercenary for many of your years. Pay one, and Raskuja slay all enemies of blue-haired human. Raskuja is deadly killer, swift as wind, strong like mountain, strike like fire.
I feel like if ever
You're hired.
We got the money.
You better be worth it, Raskuja. Please help us out with these damn swamps. Blue-haired human's name is Zaruk. Zaruk is very smart human. Raskuja worth far more than few clinks of human money. Show Raskuja who to kill, and so he shall be to be doing it. And that is no joke. Raskuja is very good.
Raskuja is to be ready.
To prove my...
This is Stefan. Why did I feel my coin purse get lighter?
Where did my booze money go?
So, what I was mentioning about Chris Metzen. So, I love this little fun fact. So, after StarCraft Brood War wrapped up, the first game and its expansion, when it wrapped up, Robert Clotworthy was approached by some of the members of Blizzard's team, of the StarCraft team, and was humbly told to get the fuck out. Because now, with StarCraft 2 being made, they were going to have way more money, and we're going to have access to, more talented voice actors, more popular people, more well-known people. So they basically told Robert Clotworthy to get out. So Robert Clotworthy left Blizzard, and for basically a decade, he basically did a lot of other work, like radio stuff. He was the narrator for Ancient Aliens, for example. He's done a lot. However, through that, if any of y'all are wondering, wait, how do you know all of this? Because I interviewed the man. Back in college, I interviewed Robert Clotworthy. And if you don't believe me, you can go ask Nixie Dreamsheep. Nixie was also there with me. We both interviewed Robert Clotworthy over Skype for a college project.
Damn.
So
That's pretty friggin' awesome.
yeah, so to continue, Robert Clotworthy was basically out for about 10 years. And if you're wondering, what's this got to do to Chris Metzen? I'm getting to that. While he was out doing other work, Robert's agent continued to keep in contact with Blizzard just in case they wanted him back. And it just so happened that during the time for casting for the roles for StarCraft 2, Robert gets a call from Chris Metzen. Chris tells him, hey, Robert, you played Jim Raynor back in StarCraft 1. We want you to come in and do some lines for the new voice directors because I want them to see what they should be looking for when it comes to Jim Raynor. Robert said, sure, I'll come in and do it. So he goes in, he says hi to Chris, and Chris basically tells him, hey, here's the recording room. Just go in here. It's one-way glass. Just go in here, read a few lines. Just, if you can, call back to what you used to be as a character for Raynor, and we'll take it from there. I just want them to see what they should be looking for.
Here comes Sybil, ready or not.
He said, okay. He went in there and started doing some lines. But what Robert Clotworthy didn't know is that the moment while he was in there reading his lines, across in that one-way glass where all the voice directors and, editors were listening in, Chris Metzen walks into that room, slams the door behind him, to get all of their attention, looks them all dead in the eye and says, tell everyone who's out there waiting for the role to go home. Jim Raynor just got here, and I'm not arguing about it.
That is a fucking power move.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man.
And then after it was over, he told Robert, he was like, yeah, you've already got the job. I made sure you'd get it. So yeah, that's how Robert Clotworthy got to keep being Jim Raynor.
I mean, he's pretty iconic.
Yeah.
And rightfully so, because ousting him, because, yeah, we got budget for big actors now. Fuck off.
Mm-hmm. There's other stuff, too, like he mentioned how,
Repent.
I also learned a lot of cool stuff from Robert about doing the StarCraft roles. So, for example, so he actually mentioned when he did his line stuff, he actually never reads ahead in his script. So that way all of his reactions are genuine. So because if he never knows what's happening, that means the character's reaction will be genuine, just like his. He also explained that unlike TV shows, for voice acting for video games, the people are never in the same room together. They'll actually go to different recording booths and do their own stuff, and then, they'll add them together. Most people are never even in the same room together.
Which am I needed?
I thought was interesting. I'm like, now wait a minute, because I asked him. I'm like, now wait, you mean even in conversation pieces, like between Raynor and Tychus, they're never together? He's like, yeah, no, Tychus VA and I were never in the same room together, ever. Which I think is kind of weird, but all right.
Yeah. Sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead. I'm done.
It's funny you mentioned that part about him never reading the script ahead, because I actually know of another actor that did a very similar thing.
Who's that?
Allow me to put it this way. Hello, Zaruk. I want to play a game.
Oh, really? Jigsaw never... Really?
So there was a joke during some of the Saw sequels. Like, the running joke behind the scenes was, instead of writing Jigsaw's lines, we should just write, and whatever Tobin Bell wants to do. Because every line, he'd have something like, well, that doesn't make sense for Jigsaw. That doesn't make sense for him.
So just do whatever he wants.
It basically became a thing where Tobin took that character and ran with it. Like the only reason any of the Saw sequels were any good whatsoever after a certain point was because Tobin Bell is just this fucking monolith of an actor.
Is he still around?
Yeah, he's in Saw X, which is currently being worked on. It happens kind of in between, and he's back as Jigsaw because that's the only way to make one of those movies watchable.
Yeah.
Yeah, I actually saw one of those trailers recently. Also, do I keep dying?
Well, it's only the reason he keeps dying is because he's a very frail unit, and until he gets his until he gets his
I know it.
Yeah. But trying to think of like some other cool acting things I've heard about voice actors or actors in general. I do know one of my favorite stories is actually comes from Vic Mignogna. Now, he didn't have to do this. I actually think this is funny. I've heard him say this multiple times in interviews. Is that he believes in method acting. He mentioned, he goes, like, a lot of voice actors, be they for games or anime or anything, don't really believe in method acting anymore. They don't think there's a point to it. I disagree. There have been times where I've chosen to do method acting. And in one instance, I don't know if it was for Full Metal Alchemist or it was something else, but Vic explained that his character got hit in the face and had like a black eye and had a swollen cheek. So to emulate that, Vic actually said before it was time to shoot the scene, he went to the, this is so great, he went to the vending machine in the office, got a thing of powdered donuts and stuck one into his cheek to emulate him getting, like, you know, getting socked in the face. So he could actually.
I was going to say he asked someone to punch him in the face before he recorded the
No. Actually, someone did ask him that once at a convention. They're like, "Hey, how come instead of the donuts, you didn't just let one of your co-actors punch you in the face?" And he laughed. His response was, "Well, if I asked him to do that, then they'd probably keep hitting me." So.
Yeah.
And every time I hear that line or hear him talk about that stuff, I keep thinking, I was like, and this is the man that people actively attacked, even though he literally, like, had done not nothing, but he was guiltless on a lot of the stuff he was accused of.
Just getting started.
So I feel kind of bad for the man.
The internet hate mobs. That's just how it goes.
The problem was with Vic is that Vic was a very, like, to his detriment. He's said this before, to his detriment. The problem was a lot of young women or older women liked Vic. They liked his roles. They liked his characters. And the problem is that he goes, the problem is that, he goes, there were times where, he goes, I did my best. He goes, and I stand by this. I did my best to be as respectful and polite as possible. Unfortunately, there are certain things that were just either out of my control. And to be fair, seeing the kind of shit he put up with at conventions, I can see why he said that. That man, like, You remember how you said you don't like the mobs? Jesus Christ. Never before have I seen a man who wasn't like a movie star get mobbed like he did. Hell, a lot of voice actors get mobbed like he does, like they all do. It's insanity.
It actually reminds me of my big story.
Yeah, go ahead.
Time to end this.
It's very small. So one time, back in the town where I grew up, there was going to be an anime con for the first time ever in that city, and I was raring to go because it was my first con ever. So I go there, and on the first day there, I was wearing a purple Halloween shirt with like a black cat on it, and then I look up down the hall and see the cast of Orange High School Host Club walking down to the panel room, and then Vic sees me looking up at him, and he gives me a pat on the head, and I'm just like, it's the Manana! It's the Manamana! And I got pat on the head!
Oh, that's adorable.
So, unfortunately though, the problem is for those who don't know, I'm gonna guess everyone here, either listening or in this group, knows what happened. If you don't...
I've heard various accusations.
Well, I've heard bits and bobs.
Yeah, so the short version is that Erica, I think it's Erica Lindbeck? Yeah, I think it's her.
Oh yeah,
Erica Lindbeck, who's the voice of Bulma and a lot of Dragon Ball Z stuff, but she's also done other stuff. Erica Lindbeck accused Vic of, we'll just say, questionable actions. Now, the thing is, this was at the time where, like, and again, I don't mean this disrespectfully, it was just what was happening. This was the time where a lot of these accusations just in general were flying all over the place. And people were very quick to just jump on whoever made the accusation. And this meant that everyone just automatically believed Erica. And Vic couldn't even defend himself. Now, later, it was revealed that there had been some instances where Vic had been a little risque, but many agree that it wasn't all his fault, because there were certain situations he found himself in that were uncomfortable for everyone. But the problem is that the damage was already done. Erica's accusations basically tanked Vic's career. Not only was he pulled from Ruby Chibi, so he couldn't play Crow anymore, he was pulled from a lot of other things, including projects that were still running. They pulled him from them because of how uncomfortable things were. And then it came out, and through it all, Vic took it in stride. And even though he was innocent for most of the stuff, even the stuff he was guilty of, he openly apologized without hesitation. And then it was later revealed that Erica had lied about a lot of it. Like, 95% of it was lies. Because, here's the thing, fun fact, she and Vic hated each other. She couldn't stand Vic. And you want to know why? This is the stupid part. You want to know why she hated him so much?
Oh, this ought to be good.
The reason, now again, take it with a grain of salt, but I kind of believe this. The reason she hated Vic so much is because Erica, Erica is known for a lot of famous roles. She's done a lot of them. But when it comes to Dragon Ball Z, she's Bulma. She's been Bulma for a long time. But the thing that irritated her was the fact that even though she played a character in a lot of stuff, not just Dragon Ball Z,
My friends
but whenever she and Vic were together, or whatever role she played, if Vic was also part of that IP or that project or that product, he always got more attention. Always. And the thing that broke the camel's back was that, well, Vic is, well, he was. Vic played probably one of the most well-known Dragon Ball characters, Broly. Like, that's the thing, Vic was Broly, which many people, and even though Broly's not very well known, the people who know of him love the character. He's just that cool of a character. I mean, DBZ Abridged can make fun of him because of how shitty the writing is. Like, he's a very badly written character, but he's still a cool character. But it just drove Erica and a few others, apparently, up the wall that Vic got all this attention when he wasn't even that well known for some of his roles. Like, naturally people are going to know who Bulma is. A lot of people may not know who Broly is. But it wasn't just that. It was also the fact that, again, wherever they went, whatever convention it was, Vic always got the most attention. To which my response is, no fucking shit. It's Vic Mignogna, who literally, like, is most known for, well, Edward Elric, for one. He was in Oron High School. He is in DBZ. He's done a ton of stuff. Hell, for those who don't remember, y'all know he did a commercial for WoW at one point, right? Please tell me y'all know that.
He's even written songs.
Yes, he's written songs, too. And yes, he did the I'm Vic Mignogna and I'm a Warlock for WoW. And they even let him, in that commercial, I love that commercial to death because while he's talking about all the stuff he can do as a Warlock in WoW, he snuck this in and they allowed it. With a smirk on his face, he says, that's right, I can even do alchemy. Like, they let him slip that in. I'm like, all right, smooth, very nice.
Strong, everyone.
But again, it's just he's still around. I just haven't heard him. I don't know what he's doing right now. But he's still around. It's just, again, it's one of those instances where I feel like that's bullshit for someone's, career to go careening off course just because of someone's bullshit.
Yeah.
Welcome. This is why I hate the internet witch hunts that have become so popular these days.
Yeah.
Because they don't, more and more often, they don't even care about the truth. They care about finding something to fight about.
Yeah.
Well, people want that moral superiority.
Yeah. They love being part of witch hunt.
Oh, no.
Okay. That's a smart part. The other half is that back in the day, they were never believed in the first place.
Yep.
So, the attitude is believe them because they'll get massively harassed for even talking about it.
Also, I'm gonna throw.
Now those who lie about it are absolute assholes because they're bringing everyone back 10 years every time they do that.
Now, I do want to mention this because it's a little theory I have. I have no evidence to back it up, so don't take it as gospel. But here's the thing. I've noticed a lot of the people who start a lot of these witch hunts, who want that moral superiority. The interesting thing is that some of them, not all, but a good number of them are religious people. And the thing is, wait, let me cook. Hear me out. Let me cook. Let me cook. The thing is,
Switch doesn't cut you off at the knees.
So
I'm just getting
the thing is with this, like you said, Amina said, there were people, who were either never believed or they want that moral superiority. Well, the thing is, that whole religion, at a time, people who were of religious belief were considered to be, or were of a kind of a moral superiority, of a kind, either they thought they were, or that people believed they were. Nowadays, most religious people, like, and I'm saying this because I am religious, but I'll also be the first person to admit it, many religious people are either not, or are just assholes pretending to be religious. And because nobody respects the religious side of things anymore, naturally you gotta find another way to get people to believe you, or to start shit, and have that moral superiority. So, start a fight on the internet. That way people will believe you.
From my homeland.
Maybe. Hopefully.
I've noticed the opposite.
Really?
Like, what I've noticed is that usually the people who are the most eager to start a witch hunt are the ones who have eschewed and actually actively take almost a perverse delight in trying to oust and drag down people of any kind of religious belief. Maybe it's just we're on different. Maybe it's just we just go into different circles. But to me, what I've seen is people just go for it because, like, well, I can't get my dose of moral superiority off of this, so I'm gonna find it from another source.
Hey D, how you doing?
I don't know. Like I said, maybe we're just in different circles because every group has assholes.
Again, yeah. That's the takeaway
mixture of
here.
multiple, very serious things going on at the same time.
Yeah, that's the takeaway from this is that people, every group has assholes in it. Every group, all of them. There is no group that's free of, of assholes. That's a constant. Like death and taxes, having an asshole in a group is just going to happen no matter what.
Everyone has one, whether they like it or not.
Yeah.
Although some people like it too much, so they need to sit down for a second.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think some people just need to go have a. To quote a ranter I watch online, some people just need to go have a cigarette and a poop and chill out.
Yeah. I've also heard, go take a break and eat a sandwich. There's another one I've heard.
The one I remember was I think you just need a cookie. You're getting all upset because you don't have any sugar in your system. Stop whining, go have a cookie.
Yeah. I think at the end of the day, what it's always boiled down to is now, because you can basically pick fights with somebody and not get your ass kicked for being a dick, more and more people just choose to do it.
Yeah.
However,
that is the key. They're not in real life, so they aren't really receiving the consequences of saying what they're saying.
However, this has added one aspect that I am actually very happy about. It's that people think that the internet or like technology is a shield to protect them, when in reality, if you do stupid shit or awful shit and film it, most people are not going to take your side. If anything, they'll see how much of a dick or an asshole you are and immediately will turn on you. Like,
they will eat you alive.
Yeah, they'll eat you alive.
That in and of itself is also, I think, arguably, it's a strength of the internet, but it's also kind of a dangerous force. Because let's also be honest here, a lot of the people that start these fights, they're not exactly mature.
No.
I'm pretty sure everyone can think of one moment when they were younger where they were the cringiest human being known to
That's me. That was me. I'm cringe.
Yep.
That's me.
Yep. That's me. I'm the problem.
Yeah. It's me.
It's just cringe, then it's unreasonable. But like, if it's an actual crime, then it's figure out whether or not they actually did the crime, and then tear them to pieces, because it's not just drama; it's literal crimes.
Yeah. The recent. I don't want to keep going into depth on this, but it's a shit show, and there was a recent example of exactly this kind of thing happening, where it's like, what will it take to make you people on the internet having a witch hunt happy?
Nothing.
Like, what will it take?
Because the moment the moment the witch hunt starts, they don't get the experience anymore.
That's the thing, though. Trolls don't help.
No, they don't.
Trolls are actively making things look worse than they actually are, and people just keep not wanting to acknowledge that.
I was about to say Abaddon, like, that's the kind of thing, though. Once they get that high, they're never gonna stop chasing it.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the frustrating part. It's like, there comes a point where you have to just say, okay, we are taking actions to fix this, we're taking work to unfuck it, and anybody that continues on chasing this and trying to push it further, You know what? We're just gonna mute you because you're not helping the situation.
Yeah.
People have forgotten the rule. Don't feed the troll.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think also,
Also, it's the hour. It's
yeah,
time.
it is. It is. There's
I
also the,
have water standing by.
There's also the issue with things like, and we won't. And I'm shifting the topic here a bit because I do think this is one of the reasons why I keep telling people whenever I hear someone said that they have no hope on anything, I'm like, then you're looking in the wrong place, because there are plenty of examples of people using like the internet or anything else to do good. The problem is that sometimes what happens is that, and this is a life lesson I want people to know because it's very important. The thing is, a lot of the times it feels like doing a sacrificial deed where you get nothing in return, or trying to do good is not worth it, because either the people you're trying to do good for, either it doesn't work out, or the people you're trying to bring to justice or get some kind of retribution brought against get away scot-free, and therefore it kind of cripples the idea that, that we've always been taught that the good guy wins, the bad guy loses, and everyone goes home happy. Here's the thing. Like Toonami said best, sometimes the bad guys win. That's just going to happen. But, the thing is, and here's Zaruk's life lesson for the night, if you only follow every bit of bad news or failed attempt of doing something good that you can find, you are going to be miserable for the rest of your life. Because you are going to see more and more bad things. You're going to see far more bad things than you're going to see good things. Now, do they balance out? That depends on who you ask. But I firmly believe, and this is just my opinion, but I firmly believe that for every few bad deeds that are done, there's one overwhelming good deed that happens that kind of like, raises everyone's spirit a bit. Sure, there are incidents that happen where we wish people, would face consequences for their actions, and sometimes they get away with it. Maybe they're not punished in the way we want, but they are punished in ways that hurt them and show them the error of their actions. And if they don't learn from them, well, that's their fault. Good example. Again, let's use it's a loaded example, but it's a good one. A good number of the people who were, like, for example, the organizers and the people who led a lot of the stuff during January 6th, they're all in prison. All of them. And if they weren't in prison, they got fired from their jobs, their families abandoned them. They basically have nothing. People who do, nowadays, considering how much damage can be done to you by doing a bad deed or something horrific, you would think people would know better now. But they don't. And while you and I and all of us can do very little in the grand scheme of things, we can do enough to show that it won't be accepted. And again, my grandfather, I said this to everyone, my grandfather had a saying that he loved using all the time. Because he would always joke with me about how while I was in college, me and my best friends would always talk to each other over the weekend. And my granddad would always joke, "Are you four idiots trying to take over the world or something?" To which I would always respond, "Granddad, we want to make the world a better place." And he would always laugh and say, "Well, I hate to break it to you, but you four morons are not going to make the world a better place by yourselves. You do what you can, where you are, and with what you have."
And that's what we're doing right now.
Yes.
All of us together.
Yeah. I've said this before, and I'll come out and say this right now. A few days ago, about a week ago, I was thinking about applying for a Gamer Subs partnership. I've since decided against that after talking with Jaeger and a few others, because the thing is, with such a big group like that, they're more focused on using people as a way to make money, not furthering goals of the people who are streaming. So, but one of the things that they ask if you do want to apply to them is, what can you bring to the group? And I struggled for a long time wondering what exactly I bring to this. What do I bring to, to the community or things as a whole? And Amina can vouch for this. Oh, go ahead.
Would you allow me to use a very weird metaphor?
Yeah, sure, go ahead.
You know how in some fantasy storytelling there's the 5-man band?
Yeah.
And like each person has a role. Zaruk's the heart.
Yeah, OSP made the whole thing about it. Yeah.
So, what I realized, what I've realized now is that for me, the thing I bring to the VTubing scene is that I bring honesty, because I've said before that nobody will ever be turned away from my community. Ever. Everyone is welcome in it. I do have standards for things, that's why we have rules, but no one will ever be turned away from it. I'm also, well, I want to make things better for people. I say it all the time when it's mentioned. I just want, for 3 or 4 hours, I want people to not have to worry about the rest of the world. I want you to be able to sit back, listen to me or anyone here talk about anything, be it current events, funny shit, whatever, because I want to be that. I don't want to be a leader. I don't want to be like a role model. I just want to be someone that you can listen to that just makes things not as stressful or dangerous. Something that, you know, puts people at ease. And I've had multiple people say that I can do that. So what I bring is my openness, my honesty, and just the fact that I want to make things better. Even if I only make one person's night better, that's a victory for me. I'd rather I can make everyone's night better in whatever way possible. But I can't please everyone. It's one of the reasons why I honestly think I'm kind of boring when it comes to VTubing, because I'm not like, for example, I'm not super excitable like Mon Orc. Go follow Mon Orc, by the way. I'm not super suave like Punishable Horror. Go follow Pun, by the way. I'm not...
Yes, follow Pun. It pisses him off.
Yeah, and you can tell him I sent you. That'll doubly piss him off.
Yeah, actually, even better. Go follow him. Tell him where you came from and ask him if he wants a Sprite Cranberry.
Oh, God, yes! Yes! Oh,
Can that just be,
that's right.
Can we raid him later?
Yes,
He's
we
gonna
can.
hurt.
Yeah, we
He's
can.
gonna
Also,
hurt all of us for this.
Also, Mega's correct. You can't change the world, but you can change your world. And there's
The world ends with you.
And there's an addition to that. It's if you can't change someone's mind, you can't change someone's mind. You can change someone's mind. You can't change. You can't. If you can't, you know what I mean by saying that.
Yeah. May I add a little note to this as well?
Sure. This is an open discussion. Jump in whenever you want.
Here is a moment of Josiah's slightly cynical rules to make your life less shitty. If you're in a situation, or if your life is where all you see is the negatives and the downsides and just everything bad in the world, for fuck's sake, turn off the phone, turn off the internet, and get the hell out of the collective.
Yeah.
Collectives, here's the thing about collective large groups. It doesn't matter what they are, it doesn't matter what their goal is, it doesn't matter if their goal is noble or ridiculous. Collectives, by their very nature, bring people down to their lowest common denominator.
Yep.
It's just how it is. It's not always necessarily intentional. It's not always necessarily malevolent. It's just human nature. If you're in a spot where you feel like you're being dragged along into just dark places you don't want to be, focus on the individuals, folks. You can't change the world's mind, but you can change individuals and you can talk to them. I tried to not get involved too much in these kind of discussions, largely because I know my opinion can be a little bit incendiary, and that's intentionally so.
Okay, nothing wrong with that. Sometimes you need a fire spark to get people talking.
My goal a lot of times is to kind of tell people, okay, let's step back a bit and remember that even if you think somebody is very wrong, or their opinions or their viewpoints is completely off base, take a breath and let's realize they didn't come to these in a vacuum.
Yeah.
If somebody's been misled to believe something that's just not true, what's going to help more? Showing them and helping them realize, oh, this was bullshit. I was fed a line of bullshit. Or starting a fight with them online. What's going to actually be more helpful?
I do want to also say that I really the fact that all of the cavalry is charging
into the spears. Yeah.
It's realistic.
I think
they're not intelligent, are they? These cavalry.
I have a question for everyone.
Yeah, go ahead.
How often do you think about the Roman Empire?
We're
think about it a lot.
We're going right into the memes, aren't we? We went from deep conversations to the memes. Right.
Amina, I don't.
I never stopped.
This applies to chat too. How often do you guys think about the Roman Empire?
Oh gosh, sir, can I borrow your hat? And I apologize in advance. I may be running away from your wife very shortly.
I mean, sure.
I don't really care about whether or
comes
not you
Sybil,
like it. It's just
ready
how
or
often do you
not.
think about it?
Actually, surprisingly often.
If
Because
you throw the hat onto Amina's face, she'll think it's nighttime.
no,
It's
I
nighttime?
was going to go
Actually, it is
for.
nighttime where I am.
I was going to go for. So, my real life circle of friends, I actually wear a wide brimmed cowboy hat,
Nice.
unironically.
Nice.
And one of the ways I make sure they realize when they've said something very stupid, which one of my friends does quite often, is by bopping them with the hat.
The battle
Yeah.
lies before me.
That is known as the that is the moment of, oh, I said something really silly once.
Mm-hmm. I think there's also like, to answer Amina's question, I've been thinking about them often because, okay, we're not going to do the redeem, just a cool little history fact. So, you guys want to know why Roman buildings are still standing to this day, despite being like over 1,000 years old?
Because they weren't built by a committee?
Well, they kind of were. The Senate would always authorize stuff. No, it's because of what they used to build it with. They use that Roman concrete. I'm not joking, but Roman concrete is self-healing concrete.
Oh, limestone, yeah.
Yeah,
right?
it has
Yeah.
limestone mixed into it, so when water is exposed to it, it cracks and then heals itself. Because the limestone, like the lime, it's the lime in it. The lime will melt and seal the cracks when it's exposed to water. They would use seawater, which has salt in it, to help, like, use limestone, but then they use seawater to mix it. And what happens is when it gets when it would rain, the salt and certain things would break down, fill the cracks, and then when the rain stopped, it would harden back up, which is why they're still standing after 1,000 years. And the good news is we've recently rediscovered the recipe for it. We now know how to do it. Problem though, we're never going to do it because if you could make buildings that could last that damn long, then it would put construction companies out of business. So of course they're not going to do it. But my counterpoint is, here's what I've told people. That's not true, because there are certain things that need to stand that long and certain things that don't. Example, a bridge needs to stand as long as possible. That needs to stand, so that would be used for big public works projects, like Capitol buildings or, governmental buildings, those kind of things. Those need to stand. Apartment complexes, not really. Parking garages, But again, things like bridges, monuments, things like that need to stand that long, they need that kind of construction. And here's another caveat. The places that would probably make the most use of it are the places on the east or west coast, because they're exposed to salt air and salt water all the time, which means getting the salt water will be easier for them. Therefore, it'll be cheaper to make the buildings that way. Places that are not on the coast, it'll be more expensive. So
I'm gonna further this by also saying places where the weather is inclement and especially wintry desperately needs it. I live in Maine. Our roads are dog shit.
Yeah.
In fact, I'm gonna post a video in non-speakers. It's 20 seconds long. It's a clip somebody took of somebody driving from New Hampshire to Maine. Like, you see the sign for welcome to Maine, and you see the road quality and how quickly it drops to the floor.
Road work ahead. Yeah, I sure hope it does.
No, it doesn't. Just
oh no.
Just watch. In fact, if you want to throw it up on the stream, it might be worth.
Oh no, I wanted to.
Yeah, plot time.
I wanted to. Oh, sorry. After
How
this,
wonderful! We are finally home.
Oh, look at all that! Wow, it's a nice looking chapel.
I like that boulder. That's a nice boulder.
That's a nice boulder. Mom?
My Alex.
Long time no see, kiddo!
Uncle Steph, you're back too? Uncle?
It's got quite the imagination.
Adelia, my beloved sister. My heart is at ease knowing you're safe.
Every time you go to war, it fills me with dread. Hope you'll stay longer this time. Surely you could use a spot of rest.
That's an understatement. Your hospitality is always welcome, Adelia. But the dangers of our world are growing, and the paladins are needed now more than ever. I will spend every moment with you and Alex while I am here.
Of course, Paladins is needed. Overwatch is dead.
I'll get you caught up. Adelia, there's her bonded.
She's Lebanese?
That's...
I get it. I get it.
Not sisters by birth, but by blood pact.
They are roommates.
Oh, they
Adelia is the sister of Mercy, who takes care of a warrior's family and home while enjoying a privileged status in the Holy Order. Diane is the sister of Justice, or the Paladin. In fact, the leader of them. They, go out and smash things all loud like.
Interesting setup they've got going.
Mm-hmm. Mostly Diana's doing, though. I've returned to the old way. You see, she's actually a bit of an outcast around here. Too orthodox for their lot. In my view, she's a better religious wackadoo than any of them. These lazy priests don't even realize what she's become. She is the temple, my friend.
Have you seen those abs?
She is the Senate?
You didn't hear that from me, though.
I just say, I am the temple.
Grandmaster Oxley.
Yes, I'm still here, alive and kicking. So is my greatest paladin, despite her lust for battle.
Who is that?
Oh, yes. Of course you haven't met. Diana, please meet Brother Jebediah. He comes from a rural family. He's my protege and well-versed in the language of the ancient texts.
I will take this one.
Sure.
Come now, don't be shy.
Well, hi there. Nice to meet you.
Oh my god. That's the...
He looks like it too!
Okay. He actually, you know what? He kind of looks like an older Harry Potter without the scar. He does!
With depression.
Yeah, with depression.
I have crippling depression.
You almost said, I have crippling depression. Why are we roasting this man? We just met him.
He looks like a nerd.
Fun.
Well, he should have a ponytail too, judging by his RPG Maker model.
Yeah, honestly, right?
No, that is for tomorrow when he chooses to grow his hair out. He's got character creation every morning.
That's not a ponytail. It's just the angle's weird. That's a mullet.
Oh god, that's even worse.
Anyway.
So, you'll be assisting the Grandmaster? Very well. I would like to introduce our new friend, Zaruk. We found him as a prisoner at the cult's prison complex near Granheim Abbey.
And Stefan just shoves him forward.
There you go, buddy.
Be sociable.
Good luck. Have fun.
You actually survived in there? Well, slap my neck and call me Sally.
Is that an offer?
That's not an offer.
I'd really love to shut you up.
It would seem so, right?
Yeah, of course, but simply remarkable. Hey, that's the biggest word I've used. Their brutality is boundless.
You must forgive Brother Jebediah. He's from the land known as Kansas.
I thought you were gonna say Texas, but okay.
Nope, that's Kansas.
Yes, Kansas.
Text ads is a
He was
different
from the
thing.
ancient lands of Alabama.
Okay, first of all, fuck you. Because, hey, first of all, I'm from Alabama. You don't get to say that. Look, no, hold on.
Say Alabama.
Okay, first of
We
all,
said Alabama.
all right. First of all, nobody gets to make jokes about my home state, mainly because we already get shit on enough. First, it was the racial thing, which we have far moved on past. Now it's the inbred thing, and for some goddamn reason, that just won't go away. So, even though like none of that's true, to my knowledge. So, okay.
This is what I exist for, folks.
Please follow us, Zaruk.
Yes, please. Okay, I'm just going to point this out. We pointed it out the first time we played this game. I'm going to point it out again. Remember, this is RPG Maker, so most of these sprites had to be custom made. The sprite maker went out of his way to make sure Diana looked caked up whenever she was walking.
Absolutely.
It's all muscle.
I mean,
What
wouldn't
happens
you?
here shall be kept quiet for now.
Oh my.
I trust you, Diana, but...
Everyone here is familiar with the Nephilim prophecy. Please step into the center of the room.
This is so foolish. What, you're gonna teach me to shout like a dragon now?
Yeah, that depends.
Maybe.
Well, that depends. Just step in the circle. We'll find out.
Oh god, he's actually doing it!
Seizure warning! That has to be edited later for a seizure warning.
Yes. Anyway.
I have the power!
Ow! Piss off, He-Man!
Ow.
Ow,
Get
my fucking dick!
out of my head!
Just get in.
What are you doing?
What did you hear from the voice that called out to you?
Which one?
Oh, that's not good.
Oh no.
I usually have several.
Oh, I think I put the pills on too high.
Hatred, anger, darkness. Too intense for words. A desire for revenge.
Oh, sorry, I accidentally tapped into Twitter.
Oh,
Did
sorry,
you
I
see
left my
Zaruk?
phone open.
I heard
You
it
got the
too.
Bluetooth.
Oh, so you also heard the voice saying, "Kill me, kill me, kill me," over and over again.
I did. It was very awkward.
It happens whenever
was-
we look at the old man.
It was
Wait a
Dunar
minute.
himself who struck the final blow on
Wait a minute.
Xanatus. It was only natural that the demon would burn with desire for revenge.
I see why you wanted to keep this stuff a secret. People would become completely unhinged if rumors spread about the return of Dinar. Diana, you can't be serious with all this. You can't be serious. Are you really trying to tell me we're supposed to save the world because of some fairy tale? I've always made my own fate, and I'm not planning on changing now. Anyone can be some sort of chosen one if they want it bad enough. Maybe even Jeb here.
Hey, I heard that.
It's quite a tall order to experience such evil, assaulting one's mind, and then to accept one's fate. Diana, you too struggled with this. You know.
Only as long as I fail to maintain my faith.
Walk, walk, walk. Our new friend here is welcome among us. Please.
Among us.
Among
I don't know.
us. Anyway,
There we
please
go.
make this your new home and take time to reflect on what happened and any other sus activities. In the time, you will know what you believe.
Please excuse me. I gotta make a record of this. Now, where's my typing machine?
I'm sorry I pushed you into this.
I guess I can't blame you. This is your mission. It's what you have to believe.
I do believe. And eventually, perhaps you will too. Until then, we will go together. I am yours to unleash upon your enemies.
You've got the wrong chosen one, Diana. But to have you as a friend and an ally would be just as good for me.
Likewise, Zaruk.
Brother Jed's accent's wearing up on you.
I told him that
All right,
once.
you two leave. I gotta go have my own edible.
This is the Historium Magnus.
A lore guide to the Nephilim Saga.
It is an ancient text written by the founders of the Dornari Temple, recalling the events of the original battle with Xanatus. It is the lore text.
The lore?
The lore.
Lore. Looks like a bunch of gibberish to me.
You and I will not be able to read it. Only the Temple Grandmasters and one protege have gone through the years of rigorous study required to interpret it.
And let me guess, if you don't do the preparation, you go blind, right?
How nice of the founders to keep secrets from the rest of us, don't you think?
Grandmaster Oxley wishes for me to take the book. You see, it can cause people's faces to melt off.
Oh.
Leaving it here is too dangerous for the innocents who live here. You must tell no one, Zaruk.
Tell no one what?
About the face melting.
About the what?
The cult will do anything to gain the knowledge within these texts. Lastly, he has agreed to help finance our army to the tune of 10,000 gold pieces.
Money!
May we not squander this blessing.
Considering I paid 3,000 of my own gold for a cat man, this is nice.
Yes, you have interesting taste, Zaruk. I don't blame you.
That's not what I... Okay,
You
fine.
shall not judge. It is one of the tenets. You shall not judge. And I do not judge you.
Zaruk and the Denari Temple army finally arrive at Lemelin, their long-awaited sanctuary. Having escaped from the frozen northern extremes, overcome ruthless hired thugs, and traversed an unforgiving swampy expanse, the comfort of Lemelin's monastery is a welcome relief. Temple leadership seems to believe that Zaruk is a Nephilim. However, Zaruk remains focused on the goal of bringing Casimir to justice and uncovering the fate of Zelos. Politics, it seems, has a way of finding you, no matter how well you hide from it. Oh god, ain't that the truth.
Yeah, right.
Really is the internet.
Yep.
What's up, buddy?
Let's see. Oh god, he's at it again.
Here we go.
He's at it again.
Alright, I've been practicing. This time I've got it down.
Oh, flowers. How nice. You really are a hopeless romantic. And I do emphasize hopeless.
Damn.
You wound me, my dear. You wound me with your blade-edged words.
Don't tempt her.
So sorry. You may want to see a priestess.
All I need is the worth of your radiant beauty by my side. Admit it. How can you look at these baby blues and remain so defiant?
You would do quite well if those baby blues did the talking and not your foul mouth.
A compliment. From the icy heart that struggles to beat beneath this breathtaking visage I see before me. I can die a happy man now.
Ah, by all means, proceed.
But your heart would be shattered beyond repair for the rest of your days. How could you?
Dream on! When are you going to get a clue? You are a pig, and I do not like you.
Yeah.
You'd better hope for a miracle then, thief.
They live in strange times, my lady. Keep believing in it. It may just come true.
No, you are the one who wants... Never mind. I'm going away now. If you follow me, I will put an arrow through your eye socket.
A blessed day to you, fair Narima. You know where to find me.
I mean, she was doing pretty well with the verbal jousting, and then she just cracked and let him take over.
Yeah.
All right. Princess of Snow.
Do you guys think I have a chance?
No.
No.
It's hard. It's like, I think it'd be better if you were a bard.
Hey, Abigail, are you glad to be back in Lemelin?
Yes, but I must admit, I prefer the cold and the snow of a Grand Hine Abbey. There's a certain magic to it that I cannot explain.
Interesting. Aren't you from the hottest country in Tanra?
I have no memory of my place of birth. To be honest, it is just another part of my life that sets me apart from most Sayonari. You see, she hasn't talked to me at all. I've tried saying hi multiple times, but she just ignores me and goes straight for my brother. I don't really quite understand it, so I'm not really emotionally connected to Sayonari, even though I am Sayonari. It's a very complicated relationship.
Huh.
You see, I am a priestess of the Sisterhood of Mercy. The temple is my calling and my home. My brother sorely wants to visit Sayonari with me, but then again...
He pretty much wants to do anything and is thrilled about the idea.
Yes, exactly.
So, you're supposed to be assigned to a paladin, right? How's that going?
It does not happen at any given time. Sometimes it does not happen at all. Sometimes you bring Nibbler to a meeting and you say, "This is my dragon," and then they run out screaming, as if that's crazy. You see...
Oh god, why did she ask me to watch it? It's got
You
I was
see,
crazy once.
the Sisterhood of Justice is far smaller than in number than my holy order. And eligible female paladins number even fewer. I do not hold the same aspiration to be bonded as Sister Adelia is, but it must be such an honor to be bonded with the greatest of all the paladins. I mean, look at her. You've seen her. Sometimes you just sit there while she walks away, astounded. I could only hope to fulfill my duty to serving the temple and pursuing life as directed by Holy Dinar.
Yeah? Wait, what about that drakeling you adopted? Is it in Dinar's plans for you?
Please don't mention Nibbler to the temple officials.
Abigail! Your dragon is biting me!
What dragon? But I'm still working on bonding with him. It seems it will take some time.
You'll figure it out, I'm sure. Seems like that little kid is a real fighter.
He's attacking my spleen!
Hey, that's progress.
Abigail!
Not so
Your
sure,
dragon
but I
pooped on the floor again!
But I think he insists on being by my side in this war. I do hope to see him survive and grow to enjoy life.
Alright. So let's see. We got a lot of tech tree points to spend, so let's see. Alright. So, let's see,
Oh yeah, we're finally at the higher ranks.
we are. So, first up is...
I think it was that one, yeah.
Yeah, we are now
Yeah,
able to
gunsmith.
manufacture siege cannons, manufacture guns and cannons. And then we also need the, we want, let's see, Artillery units have increased splash radius and damage, or the one that makes it so they're no longer negatively affected by weather. Honestly, I prefer that. I prefer reliability over damage.
Because let's face it, the hardest challenges come during the rain.
Mm-hmm. Got that right. So it begins. That's it. Every time something happens in the rain, I always think of that clip from Lord of the Rings. So it begins. Alright, so.
I'm just thinking of, oh gosh, never mind. It's just weird, esoteric, old internet things that nobody else will get.
Oh, esoteric.
How
Try
much do they
us.
need for it?
Well,
More.
So from back in the early days of the late great Total Biscuit's career when he did WoW Radio, he had an epic rant on one change Blizzard made that was, let's just say, very unhappy.
Divisive?
Yeah, is the change to the badge drops back in the Cataclysm days, apparently. And TB changed his intro to the radio show solely for that. Dark were the skies and chill was the wind, but the casuals cried so they nerfed the weather.
Alright, so these guys are gonna need... I want to use the CP Codex on this guy at least, so we can get him up to a closer level like everyone else.
Hold on a second.
What?
Can we go back to the shop? Because I'm pretty sure we can trade resources. How much would we need to get that funny red rock?
Pyrosite? Let's check. Pyrosite's expensive, so...
I figured.
Let's see. So we have to sell either obsidian or sunstone.
Oh no. It's either 2 obsidian to 1 sunstone.
And hold on, what do the tokens sell for? Money?
Yeah, no, the tokens are kind of like a D&D exchange rate.
Okay, makes sense.
Yeah. Honestly, since the archers are still training right now and they're not ready for cannons, I'm not really worried about our pyrosite supply. We can worry about that at a later date.
And even if we don't get it in time, we can still upgrade. We'll upgrade.
We have a long time till
Yeah.
duel is needed to be complete.
Yep.
Like, and even then, we'll get we can just get some legacy troops if we really.
Yeah, if we really need them, we'll just call on our old canon legacy troops.
Duels, war crimes, the time-space continuum.
Yeah.
Not another acolyte? Alright.
I want Diana to have some more damage dealing troops.
Okay.
At the moment, basically everyone's full up, and I mean, well, Gabriella can field more people in a bit, but right now, I think the only person who can field another unit right now is the Avatar character. And well, actually no, because it takes 14 for another roll. So.
Okay. I guess we're
tapped out at the moment.
Alright, that's what we're running with.
Yep. Save here. I think we got time for... actually, I don't think we do. Yeah, let's
Just
see.
10 minutes.
Yeah, let's at least see what's up next. It may be a quick one. Let's see. Oh, God.
Easy me.
Oh, no. Intrigue!
You gaze upon the throne as though you will never have it, Prime Minister. As if you actually need the temple's permission. I could sit there at any moment, but I dare not. To you people, what this throne represents might seem like a trifling matter. But to me, it is my entire life. The temple will confirm me, and then no one will question my rule.
Can I do this one?
Oh, you want to play Casimir? Sure.
The hooded dude.
Oh, go
the
ahead.
Hooded dude.
Go ahead.
As you wish, but short of that, we will find a way. We have word that the False One has reached Lemmelin Monastery. The Casus Belli.
Casus Belli.
The Casus Belli is now yours. You may make your next move.
Casus Belli is basically the cause, means cause for war. Basically. Then the orphan and the paladins will soon be utterly destroyed, and the temple will fall in line.
We have concern that you don't take the game of war seriously enough, Prime Minister. The Temple Warriors have thwarted even us, time and time again. You must bring overwhelming force, or you will lose.
What are you worried about anyway? General Lysander, one of our best tacticians, will command the army. We will bring our gunner squads to bear as well. And now I've had just about enough of justifying myself to you people. Off with you!
Best of luck in the coming battle, Prime Minister.
Foreshadowing.
Shepherdman? Oh, Sanctuary.
The enemy lies before us at Lemmelin Monastery. We shall crush the treasonous temple for harboring the enemies of the Empire of Viridia. General Lysander, don't disappoint me.
Yes, Your Excellency. You can count on me.
The Imperial government is invading the monastery? Unforgivable. Jebediah?
Oh, sorry. Great Paladin. Perhaps the government means us no harm.
I think the cannons would say otherwise.
Please, practice restraint, warriors.
Make sure to fire on everybody.
The Prime Minister has been desperate for a reason to destroy us, and now we've given him one.
If we steal their guns, can we use them?
Sure.
Sorry. I'll take my leave now. Gotta go get the bunker ready.
That excuse is me, isn't it, Diana?
This turn of events was inevitable. We are much more powerful with your tactical mind, so Donar has given us a blessing.
At least we know what we're up against. No more mercenaries. This is the Empire's central army. They'll have larger and more organized ranks. Probably some gun units in the mix. We don't want to be on the wrong side of gunnery soldiers. Their weapons make armor basically useless.
The Brine Minstrel has clearly forgotten that tacticians can't tactician if they don't have enough troops.
Yes, I know what I said. We should fortify the river to protect the monastery from needless violence. I'm good at fighting, not English.
Those forts are closer to Casimir's army than they are to us, but it might be worth a shot. I guess now'd be a good time to pray to Donar.
You won't answer.
So yes, Lysander is down here, and if I recall correctly, he does switch sides during the battle. I don't know if these guys join with him or if it's just him, but yeah, Lysander's a general. The thing about Lysander is he actually doesn't attack himself; he commands his men, and he actually does that basically by commanding. Lysander actually buffs his men, makes them more effective, and he actually heals them every turn. So, which is pretty cool.
And he has a leadership of 83.
Yeah, very good leadership, as you'd imagine for a general.
You're like,
now the problem,
I am a general.
Yeah, now the problem is with this area, if I remember correctly, is that some of the woodlands can be crossed and some of them can't be. The main thing is we do have choke points here, but as always, we are heavily outnumbered. The good news is that Well, like Andrea said, the Brine Minstrel apparently didn't think his tactics...
Brine Minstrel!
Didn't think his tactics through very well because these... Example, 4 of these gunner units are literally by themselves with no protection. They're literally just out in the open. So they could be slaughtered if we could move in fast enough to engage them. Basically, the whole army is spread out, which means if we can basically pin it down somewhere, or pin parts of it down, we can wipe it out one piece at a time.
Also, wait. Nick, did you just call me a One Punch Man side character? What the fuck?
Let's see.
Oh!
So yeah.
What the fuck?
Yeah, so the challenges are Lysander's not defeated in battle, no enemy squad attacks Lemelin Monastery, and no more than 4 Issenter squads are defeated. So I think the Issenter units come in later. Because again, this is fucking blasphemy. They're literally attacking the temple, or the monastery.
Heresy!
Heresy! This is grade A heresy. So...
Yeah.
And bullshit.
Yeah, and that
Don't forget bullshit.
Yeah, which...
I think we can just field everybody at this one.
Yeah, I think we can field everybody. Which I'll do, but then we have to call it here. So let me get everyone on the field.
Oh, yeah!
Yeah.
Abaddon's a World of Warcraft NPC. Like, what the fuck?
Everyone's just dunking on Abaddon today.
How dare you?
What did I do? What did he do to deserve this?
Undead?
If it was Abaddon, the despoiler, he deserves everything because he fails.
Yeah, actually, Andrea's right. It's only heresy if they lose. So if they win, then it's not. But if we beat their ass, then yeah, it's heresy.
Oh, you forget Abigail and Gabriella.
That's just heresy. It's extra heresy.
Not just heresy. Ain't no heresy like extra heresy. Alright, that's everyone. So, actually, I need to... Do we have any more... Well, yeah, you can't field any more units, can you?
No. Well,
yeah, she can't field anymore right now.
Yeah, this is all we can get.
Alright. Well, with that, let's see. Where's my... Right. So I will say... I'll start it, and then I can go to the quick save. There it is. Yep. There we go.
And we'll see you guys next Saturday.
Yep, we're not going yet, though. We are gonna go raid We are gonna go raid Pun, because that was the plan. We agreed to do that earlier. So we're definitely gonna get that.
We are asking for Sprite Cranberry.
Yeah, so remember.
Yes, asking for Sprite Cranberry.
Yeah, so yeah, we're gonna raid Pun, and when you raid him, tell him I sent... Well, y'all are good. He's gonna know I sent y'all. But when y'all get there, ask him, does he want to, like, ask him if he wants a Sprite Cranberry. Just ask him.
Yes.
Just ask him, like, just say, hi, Pun, do you want a Sprite Cranberry, or just want a Sprite Cranberry? And let's see how, let's see if we can, again, we mean this in good fun.
Let's see if we can cause him to short circuit this time.
Yeah, that's a good idea. All right.
You know. Just in your best LeBron James impersonation.
Want a Sprite Cranberry?
Yes.
All right. Well, I'll talk to y'all later. I'll see y'all over there, all right?
Yeah.
See ya. Well, that's going to do it for tonight, everybody. Apologies about the technical error earlier, but at least we got the stream working again. Let's get this raid started. As always, it's been a privilege and a pleasure to entertain all of you. I'm Zaruk Windcaller, currently 50 subs into September, and I'm willing to play Alien Isolation if I get to 70. So, with that, have a great night. I love all of you. Bye-bye!